I'm saying you can make it look like you're wearing regular clothing, but it's like it will not. It will basically only pass casual inspection if you're like really close to somebody. Someone's gonna realize, hey, it sounds like someone's wearing plate mail around here, but I don't see anybody wearing plate.
Sorry, that's just my pocket's really full of change.
Okay.
Or you're just hearing things, you're going crazy.
Exactly.
Make them think they're going crazy and send them to a sane asylum.
Yes, but this is just one of those areas where you suddenly have to start making up weird excuses of like why your sound basically scape doesn't match your basically visual appearance sort of deal.
But I'm wearing neutral tech armor. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying that while it doesn't basically hinder your stealth, it is still metal armor that is bulky. So it's like Head of Disguise can do some amount of work to basically help hide that under illusion, but just like any other illusion, it can be easily pierced if people basically actually touch you, if they're too close to you and can smell the metal, that sort of deal. So that's essentially what we're saying, because Head of Disguise, just like the disguise spell, is just an illusion spell. It creates an illusion over you. It doesn't actually change your size. It doesn't actually change the form of your clothing. It's still all the same stuff underneath. It just like puts a veil of illusion over the top of it.
So it's not polymorph.
It is not polymorph. It is not conjuration or transmutation that actually changes the nature of the thing underneath it. It just sort of hides what it is. Okay, so I think we're ready to go here. We got everybody. Let me pull up my notes.
We got a full party today.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a party with some sort of an eldritch horror that has us trapped in the magical darkness.
Wait, what?
Well, it's not magical darkness. It's like regular darkness. I'm just saying the.
Oh, okay. So it's regular darkness because it has an anti-magic field. Okay.
The anti-magic field put out all your very bright light sources instantly. Now your eyes are adjusting, and that's what's happening.
So a torch would still work perfectly fine.
Torch would work perfectly fine. That's correct.
Wait, what if it's our innate ability?
So your innate abilities like Dark Vision still work just fine. Your class abilities will still work just fine. So strangely enough, Paladin Smite still works in an anti-magic field.
It's here.
It may not work as well because that's the but it will still probably work.
And magical weapons may not get their plus. Is that right?
Magical weapons may or may not fully get their plus.
Freshly made one, so it hasn't been a while.
What's the ruling on magical tattoos then?
That's a good question. You're gonna have to find out. So.
I don't think I actually.
Because none of you know, right? This is like the first time like any of you would technically have run into an anti-magic field. Like these are incredible. An anti-magic field is probably an extremely rare condition, basically, in a magical world. Let's put it that way.
We had one, and when we went in that Necromancer's College 2 campaigns ago.
Yes, you did encounter an anti-magic field there.
Yeah, because I had one. My cleric had one. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
But it's not so much fun to be up against one.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, Lawrence, may I ask a question?
Sure, go right ahead.
It looked to me like every once in a while we get a quick screenshot, and it looks to me like you're using mind mapping software. Which one do you use? Because I've got one in a package, and I didn't know if that would be the right one.
I use, what is it, Freeplane. It's a free one, free Java-based one.
Okay. One of my other DMs uses one that's free, but I got a 1-year subscription with. In fact, it's still on. It's a Corel package where you get all of the photo stuff plus the video editing plus a year of mind mapping for like $31 or hours or something crazy. So I thought, well, it's not like I couldn't be organized better.
We could all use a little organization.
Well, I have ADHD, so it's an ongoing battle. Me against entropy.
God, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, I have a celestial legacy that's light. Would you like me to light up our room?
That wouldn't be a bad plan.
Hmm.
Because all your other magical lights have winked out of existence now that the Elder Spawn has like rolled its anti-magic field over all your lights. So
Okay, I need to touch an object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. Do we have anything like that?
like you could touch the wall, your weapons, your armor.
You could touch my shield.
Shields, yeah.
Maybe I'm just gonna touch his shield, and we have a 20-foot radius of light now.
Okay.
That's awesome.
It's still you're sort of quickly finding it's still extremely dim, as if like even your divine powers are being suppressed at this point. So whatever it is comprehensive.
Will someone fill me in on how we got into this predicament?
Oh, you are okay. So
We don't need to revisit that.
Well,
Wonder how it happened.
Well, someone give the background while I'm still trying to find the picture of the thing you're
the
fighting.
background is that there was some automatic writing on Burnhart's novel that was a map coming down in here and showing where to go, and there was an X marking the spot. So we went down to investigate in the Lamplighter tunnels, and the X marks the spot was where the Eldritch Horror is. So, we're going to need to fight off or escape from whatever this is, but then I think ultimately we also have a question about, like, yeah, where did this information come from and why did it suddenly appear in his novel?
I'm saying you all have a strong suspicion of where it came from. It's like the Hell Cube, essentially, that you got out of the Davenport Mansion is yet another one of these portal objects that sort of leads to a damned and horrible place.
And that's even after we had healing put on him.
Yes.
I could use augury. Are we going to die if we go here?
Safe to assume so.
Not today.
Sometime in the lives of men in the Lamplighter tunnels, it may be all is lost, but not today. Is anybody watching Rings of Power?
Yes,
My
I
mom
am
is.
watching Rings of
I
Power.
want to join her.
I'm partway through episode 6, and I got so anxious I had to turn it off for a little while. I'm gonna have to go back. I was like, oh no, I can't watch this.
Is that the new?
I don't know if I'll get to it.
All right. I don't know how far I had to go back to find this thing. Okay. All right, so you're fighting this sort of like multi-winged, multi-tentacled, like barrel-shaped thing.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that in chat.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that is what is clawing and slurping its way down the passageway towards you at this point. Your magical lights that had been lighting up the corridor begin to wink out one after the other. It's moving relatively quickly. Okay, so you are hidden off to the sides at this point, trying to ambush this thing, but you're noticing all your magical lighting is going out as it approaches. So what, we'll start with... We'll put Lady Emma on the spot. Lady Emma, what are you doing?
That is a great question, and
you are all hiding out in side tunnels and adjoining the sort of main tunnel, essentially. So think of yourself basically as in you're in sort of like sewer tunnels or subway tunnels at the moment, and there's side tunnels that sort of shoot off of the main tunnel every so often.
We went down one tunnel, one branch, and we made Dirk cast noises in the other one so that it would run by us. And we were thinking that way we could attack it from the side and we wouldn't have to make it dead on. I'm not sure how well that worked, but that was the intention.
Then I
But
waste a healing
you're
spell.
noticing all your lights at this point that you were using to light the corridor basically suddenly wink out. It's just like as if they're being suppressed or had just been dispelled. And you hear this horrible scraping, slurping noise coming up the corridor.
Okay. Before can I use control flames to like move a fire onto like something else before the anti-magic field?
I think he
Gets
said
to
that
us.
we smelled gas and we were afraid if we lit anything,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was
that's
the other
right.
thing.
explode.
That was the other thing. You're all painfully aware there is there's lamplighter gas all throughout this tunnel. Lighting up anything basically is probably going to cause large flames at the minimum and possibly an explosion at the worst.
Okay, so no fire and no magic. That's why I was so anxious, because I was like, oh, even if I could use fire.
Unless you guys, if depending on how you could do it, I mean, Dirk could make a wall if we wanted to try and light it up on the other side of the wall. But the stuff where you make flames happen at a distance, I think you normally have to see those, right?
That is true.
Can I hit it with my crossbow?
Sure.
All right, we'll give that a shot.
Okay, you whip around the corner. You try to call up on your arcane powers, and it's like your spells are like fritzing out, and you get a like giant headache as you try to basically summon arcane powers, and eventually decide, okay, well, something's suppressing magic around here. So you whip around the corner with your crossbow, roll to hit.
Oh, well, come on. That's not fair.
Your crossbow bolt basically goes shunk straight into it, but it seems like hardly perturbed at all. It is technically immune to non-magical weapons. So,
Okay.
so your crossbow bolt goes like, and just as quickly as it goes in, it basically just sort of gets splurted out. It's like as if it got spit out.
All right.
Okay, and I also need a wisdom save as you look around the corner and see the Maw of Madness.
So, did somebody light it up now so we can see it?
Well, several of you have dark vision, so you can just see it in the dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see it. I just rolled poorly.
You see it, but you don't want to.
And that is the problem
No,
at this point. It's
no,
like Lady Emma is the first to basically whip her head around the corner and take a good look at it, and take a shot at it, and she immediately regrets even having looked at it. So wisdom save.
Oh no, okay. I hope I roll better this time.
All right.
Wisdom save, I have a +7. Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Okay,
wow. Awesome.
No problem. You look around the corner. You have a slight nosebleed as you pick up 1 insanity point. If you pick up 4 of these, you pick up an actual insanity. But for now, you just have 1. All right. Lady Emma, who's normally rather pale and like slightly ethereal and translucent to begin with, looks like sheet white. He whips back around the corner and goes, I did not want to see that.
Do not want!
As it has way too many, it has mouths upon mouths, eyes upon eyes, tentacles and orifices, and where tentacles and orifices shouldn't go. And you can see basically little bits of like people like pressing up against his flesh, trying to pop out, and you're going, I did not see that. Okay.
Say this, but do we have a plan here? Because I'm not loving the look of this thing.
Owl.
I don't.
We're gonna do one round around the group, and then give the whole party a moment to basically come up with a plan.
Okay. So I guess take an action against it, right? Okay. It kind of matches, like they're both the same, so I might use my Sword of Virtue Beyond Reproach. And then recently, I got like a defense thing where like I can use my bonus attack to like smack it away. So when I'm close, I can kind of like smack away from it. Use my shield. Shield master thingy. What is it? Fuck.
Great weapon
shield?
master?
Yes, I think it's your bonus action. You whack it and it pushes it back. Is it 5 feet?
Yeah.
So she gets a free shove essentially as a bonus action as part of
Yeah.
Shield Master. So,
Yeah.
okay. So, Owl, do you also peek around the corner at this point, basically to?
Oh
Or
fuck!
do
I
you
should
wait
do that.
or do you wait for it to pass and basically try to attack it on its flank?
I might. I'm gonna. That sounds like the better idea.
All right, you wait for it to pass. Okay, you're waiting for it to pass. Zumlar,
Okay.
what are you doing? Zumlar, you're a moot.
Zumlar disappeared, I think.
No,
Does
it's
this
there.
I
language?
am going
There he is.
Are
to
you
hold my
keeping to the plan
action
and waiting
and
until it passes and trying to bushwhack it at this point?
yeah.
Okay, so you've got your sword raised high above your head, ready to bring it down. Mack.
Same. I'm basically waiting at the ready to get this
Okay.
thing in the ass.
All right.
So hold
Dirk.
action attack.
I don't have a magical weapon, so but if I did, I might be able to smite it. That's what I say.
All right, Dirk. What do you have to? Burnheart is standing ready with his weapon. Though from Lady Emma's expression, is just like he's not holding out great hopes that his non-magical weapon is going to do anything at the moment.
Yeah.
Dirk is going to cast Mirror Image on himself.
Okay.
And for his bonus action, he's going to give Bardic Inspiration to Owl.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
thank you.
You're
All right,
welcome. And
Bernhard
remember,
is
those are the
likewise
special
getting
ones.
Ready, and then
Huh?
I'll post it in chat.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I
Okay.
was a little bit tired.
All right, Bernhard, are you holding ready at this point?
I'm gonna see. Does anybody have a magical weapon that that I could use for a turn?
I'm pretty sure there are some in your group
I don't have a.
treasures somewhere, like at least daggers and short swords somewhere, because I don't think you sold all of them.
I don't have like a magic, but I have like an arm blade if that helps. But it's
That,
not really.
yeah, that'll help.
Yeah,
And
take it.
if it's
Or-
magic,
It's not particularly magical. It's just a melee weapon.
no, I have a melee weapon. I have a whip. It just does an +1. So I'm
Okay.
gonna like spend the turn like going through the bag of holding or whatever, looking for like a dagger or anything that's +1.
Okay, you find let's see here. You find a nice looking, wavy looking sacrificial dagger. It's definitely made of like an exotic material because it's definitely not steel, so you're guessing it is magical.
Okay.
It's sitting on the top. So just use short sword stats. It's about that long.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, Krishana.
Krishana's gonna squeak and try and hide behind Al and try and cast Mage Armor on herself since it went down.
Okay, got it. All right, so the dancing lights wink out one after another, essentially plunging the whole corridor into darkness. Does everybody shield their eyes as this thing goes by, or do you just look at it straight on?
I'm like a deer in the headlights. I have to look at it straight on.
Yeah, just look at it straight on. It's like Bernhard has his journal out and is like writing furiously.
I'm furiously taking notes.
Taking notes.
I think Dirk's had enough of sanity that he's probably, shielding his eyes.
Okay.
Owl
is
mentally
pretty
taken.
I'll
like
be shielding my
candy
eyes,
bitch
too.
with her eyes
Okay,
closed.
so those people that are shielding their eyes, essentially, you're waiting for at least its head to get past before you take a solid look at it, because it's like, none of you have good feelings about what happened to Lady Emma.
It's not like it's gonna, yeah, it's not like getting a look at it is gonna help us in any way. you know.
All right,
I
so
think it might help me hit.
its head, whatever its head is, makes this horrible slurping, sucking noise as it scoots past. Its wings and clawed tentacles scrape up the walls as it goes past. So it looks like now that the head has gone past, it looks like the side of like this giant bellows is basically whooshing in and out. It's like definitely nothing that exists on this world of okay, so everybody who is holding their action make their attacks at this point. And then we're going to go into what does everybody do next?
But okay.
Question.
Okay.
Since I close my eyes, wait for the head to pass, do I attack at disadvantage?
No, we're going to say it technically has a gaze attack, so it only causes insanity if you can see its face, per se, and its eyes. So the backside, it can't use its gaze attack from the backside, so technically you're safe from this angle.
Okay, so we all do attack.
All right, wait for a moment and basically listen to it go past and basically all jump out basically and try to attack the backside of this thing.
Okay.
What's this thing's AC?
This thing's AC is 15.
Okay,
That's
do you want
2 hits.
Do you want a
Let me
wisdom
get to
save?
my-
No,
for-
it technically has a gaze attack, so it's like it actually has to meet your gaze with its head, and you're at the back at this point.
Oh, okay. I'm okay.
Hey Lawrence, does it have any resistance to slashing or cold?
It does not have resistance to slashing or cold.
Magical slash. Okay, so that's 32
Well, it doesn't have
points
any
of damage.
resistance.
Okay, wait. Oh fuck. So do we roll to hit right now?
Yes, roll to hit is normal. AC 15.
Sorry, out of it.
So I'm going
32
to
points of
cast
damage
Hunter's
and
Mark.
spiritual guardians.
Okay. All right.
Can
so,
everyone hear me okay?
Mack
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
just quiet.
rips and tears into it with his claws. Black ichor goes flying everywhere. It makes this incredibly high-pitched screech. As you rip away some of its flesh, you can see like you rip away some of its outer flesh, and basically underneath you can see the faces of the slain that seem to have been glued together into like those agglomerated mass of screaming faces. It's like,
Oh yeah, before we go on, can you guys right click on Ryan Zumlar and turn up his user volume a little bit? Because I think he was having some mic issues and maybe some of us turned him down, but he's having a hard time being heard in the game. So if we turn up his volume relative to everybody else's, that should improve that.
okay. You take 8 psychic damage from that. As you go.
All of us, or
No, that's just whoever he has a damage field essentially. So whoever attacks him and hits takes some psychic damage. So okay, so as you see, basically things that you did not want to see, basically exposed from underneath its squishy flesh.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark, and then I'm going to strike it with my sword 2 times.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh, one is a net 20, and the other is a 7 plus. That's probably doesn't hit. Oh, 18. Okay, so one's a 31, the other one's an 18.
Okay, well you hit. It has AC 15. Give me damage.
And I'm going to put max smite into it.
Okay.
Let's see, what should I do? Should I do
As you try to channel divine energies, you get this intense headache as you take with the total psychic feedback is half your damage total.
What?
So do half of whatever damage you do to yourself.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah?
That's That's gonna hurt.
He has
Yeah.
a permanent Uno reverse card.
Exactly.
Oh,
let's see.
take like half the damage we send.
Yes.
Yes.
It bounces, like half of it bounces back on you.
Half of
If
it
you use
bounces
magic
back.
damage, that is, I assume.
Yes, that's
Or
correct.
like,
And
Zumlar, you basically hack into the beast, and then you see like your wife's face and your dead child basically being held up as a shield, and you recoil back immediately, going ah!
oh Jesus. Okay. And
And no
does
one else knows that I had.
Well, I know,
stillborn.
yeah, no one else knows. I'm saying this is like, it's just reflecting back your worst nightmares back to you, and that is why you're taking psychic damage.
and this yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think I hit 7, so then it's 4 damage.
Okay.
Because like it doesn't take radiant damage, so.
This creature, yeah, it takes radiant damage. It doesn't have any
Oh
particular
shit, then it was
resistances.
12. So I take 6 damage. Whoopsies.
Yes.
Thank you, sorry.
So you just give me the full damage and take half of that yourself. Let's put that.
Yeah, so I got 6 points of damage. That's okay.
Yes.
So I deal 50 damage to him, and so I take.
So you take 25. All right.
Jesus. But
As Zumlar begins to like bleed from both eyeballs, there's blood running out of his left ear.
I look at him and says, "That looks like fun."
As he just recoils
fun.
back, as if basically he saw something so horrible that it's like that he's like. Okay, so Mack did your thing. Dirk, what are you doing?
Sorry, it's 56. 56 damage because of
Okay, got it.
the.
All right, you
target's-
tear off basically this giant chunk and reveal it, and and you see like half of your dead wife and basically your dead child like tumble out of the thing that's been chopped in half by your sword, and you basically freak out. It's like, holy shit. Dirk.
Okay, so
I'm
was
pretty
this
sure that'll make me angrier.
was this
Well,
the,
I'm saying this is just like something incredibly shocking to you basically happens. So shocking, in fact, basically you recoil back, and that's why you take second damage. All right, so Dirk,
was this the held actions?
this is all your held actions.
Oh, okay, because Dirk actually cast a mirror image on himself and had a bonus action, so he didn't have a held action.
Oh, you didn't have a held action. Okay, Burnheart.
Okay, now I get to attack with a short sword, and I'm gonna do a massive smite with this. So,
Okay.
hell yeah. You know, if a 10 would hit. It doesn't. Alright. That's it. Nothing happens.
Okay, you take a giant swing at it, and
I miss.
you sort of recoil at the last second, just like as something like disturbing passes in front of your eyes. Krishana.
I had cast Mage Armor, so I don't have a held action. Do I notice it going up?
So you notice your whole team basically like rushing into the hallway at this point to engage it using with their readied attacks. So you're back in the hallway a bit. Okay, so Lady Emma, you took the crossbow shot and are breathing heavily against the side of the tunnel wall, going ah. Okay, so that was your full team. Now what are you doing? It continues to. It doesn't look like it's going to be capable of turning around in the corridor. It's like way too big. Perhaps you could continue to attack it from behind.
poke its butt.
Or alternately, you can retreat. So what is everybody's statement? What are you doing at this point as a team?
How badly injured is it?
You've torn like huge chunks out of it. But it's like it has no physiology that you like generally understand. This is like, well, we chopped off like a tentacle off an octopus sort of deal.
Does it speak a language?
Like,
Oh, we're fighting Cthulhu.
It's just a
You're
creature.
fighting a Lovecraft monster. Yes, exactly. This is
Would,
an Eldritch spawn.
I found in our inventory we had 3 charms that protect against mental damage. Would those work on this, or is this something different?
Yes, they do. So if you want to use up one of them, certainly you're welcome to do that.
Oh, can I use one, and then I will go in for a massive attack, and then I will use my Channel Divinity for Guided Strike to make sure I hit.
Okay, that's perfectly reasonable.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do that, alright?
Okay, so there's like, keep in mind the blessing just gives you resistance to psychic damage,
Okay.
mental,
Okay, so
mental
I'll take
influence in general. So
a quarter of the damage instead of
half.
a full...
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. So this is plus 10 on top of whatever this number shows.
Okay. So
Are you
Ezra
fucking
mandates-
with me? I'm using an inspiration. I'm using an inspiration. Okay.
All right.
28.
There we go.
So, guys, did we decide if we were gonna?
Bernhardt continues to have disturbing images of his ex-girlfriend. It's like, oh, I never wanted to see you again, sort of deal.
Okay. So, damage is 7, 20, 14, 15, 25, 35? Is that mathing?
That's perfectly within reason. So,
Okay, 35 damage.
35 damage. Okay, so you take a quarter of that, like 5 or
Yeah.
6. All right, so, you call on the fairy charm that you got from Gwendolyn, and it shields your mind from the horrors being shown to you. Okay, it is now its turn as it begins to. You see multiple images of it basically as it seems to be like phasing out of time and space. As you see multiple rainbow images of it. Some of those images where it's facing you. Some of its images where parts of its body are intersect the wall. And then other images where you're seeing its insides and you can see like it's partially digested corpses of individuals it's eaten. Okay,
Ew.
and now I need a wisdom save for everybody.
Did we decide if we were gonna retreat or fight it yet?
Max sees no reason to retreat.
I'm kind of
I don't
committed.
think seeing all these corpses would actually do anything for Zumlar because he's seen way more like worse.
I am saying this is just basically me taking creative license with how I'm describing it. You're using its psychic attack, so it's
Nat 20 on my save.
all right. So full damage is 25 psychic damage. Half damage is 12.
I got a 10.
Okay.
might-
What's the DC?
DC
I
is
might
15.
use. I might
Oh,
use
wait, you're
like
near
one of the
our
inspirations,
paladins.
the bardic inspirations. Can I use that?
Yes, you can use the bardic
add,
inspiration.
Roll 2d8 and take the better of the two rolls and add it to.
And remember, everyone gets like a +2 on saves too because you're near a paladin.
Oh, cool. I got a 31 then.
24.
Okay.
So you said it was 12 with half damage?
12 for half damage, 25 for full damage.
All right, so I got a 14 with the 2, or like the higher number was 4 in the 2d8. So that makes me 14.
Okay, you're still one short, so you take the 25.
Okay, lovely.
All right, as Owl basically sees all the people she has failed in the past. These like friends, family, loved ones, essentially, is like in a parade in front of her.
So,
And she has every anxiety she's ever had, like creep on her up on her at once.
She's backing away. She hate hate that shit. She's
When I
not
took
okay.
Dirk rolled a
When I
nat
took-
1 on his first one, so he used his halfling luck
Oh.
and re-rolled it, and he made it.
Okay, very good. All right, so you take the 12. All right, the creature's multiple images reform up with its basically multiple eyes and mouths and tentacles and claws all pointed towards your group, as if it basically simply like did the T-1000 and rearranged itself and reshaped itself to where its head is where its tail used to be.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so it's gonna make some attacks at this point, and then its turn is gonna be done. Let's see here.
Hey, Lawrence, may I remind you, ancestral guardians.
Yes, that's correct. So at least nobody will probably get crit. Let me just make a roll to see if it's actually going to direct everything towards you or not. Okay, it
Towards
directs
who?
everything towards everything towards Mack.
Let's go!
Now I've got silvery.
Okay, so everybody sees Mack sort of disappear into its maw, and is like only his feet are sticking out. And it's like, and then everybody hears horrible crunching noises. Okay, so you take what is it? You take what's it?
2,000 damage. Okay.
15 psychic damage and 35 various piercing, slashing,
So,
crushing.
Did it have to roll?
Is that
Holy
physical
shit.
damage? Is that physical damage magical, or can I have that?
Well, I'm saying you can always have it magical or not. Essentially, as a barbarian, all the physical
okay.
damage can always be halved.
Did it
that's
have to
actually-
roll? Did it have to roll an attack for that? Because I do have silvery barbs to make it re-roll.
I reckless anyway, so I'm not sure how much it's gonna help.
Okay, so
Well, if it had to roll an attack, it would have to re-roll. So I don't know.
in this case, we're gonna say basically nets out because he reckless. We're gonna say nets out to normal. So.
Okay.
All right, so and I rolled a crit in there somewhere, so that's
Oh, yeah.
damage is so extreme.
15
So,
psychic and how much physical?
35 physical.
35 half to 17. Got it.
Yes. All right. So everybody sees this thing basically wrap multiple tentacles around Mack and suck him into its barrel-like chest, and then horrible crunching noises ensue. Lady Emma, you're up at the top of the round.
Lord. Is there?
You tried to settle yourself and summon your arcane powers and try to overcome whatever basically it's using to suppress the magic around here.
Well, I have something that could be useful. Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, well, lay out what you want to do, and
Meta baby.
I'll let you know if you need to make any rolls.
I have a legend lore spell. Would that be useful here?
Not in this situation!
Well,
He says from inside the maw.
it's trying to kill us. All right, we'll just hit it with
No,
the
it's
bow.
like weirdly enough, it is. Knowledge is always useful in a Cthulhu campaign because sometimes you get to know some vulnerability or just a weirdness about the monster that you can use it to drive it away. However, the casting time of Legend Lore is 10 minutes, so that is not a combat spell.
All right.
Would this spell is
Listen. Okay, you know what? guys?
Lawrence?
In the
Lawrence?
future, if you got a bit of this thing's ichor or a bit of its flesh, you can certainly cast Legend Lore on it to find out.
Attack it with
Lawrence, is this anti-magic thing, does that seem like it's a spell or an innate ability?
You have no idea.
Okay.
So this is one of those like you can try to overcome it, and I will allow you to do that. But because your characters obviously don't know, it's like it might be possible to overcome it basically with enough skill in magic, right? It's like so I'm just saying it sort of has the effects of anti-magic just for you, the player, so you generally know what is happening here.
Okay.
But it might be completely be able to be overcome by an Arcana roll, for instance. But
Okay.
you haven't tried those things yet. You haven't tried this.
I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to hit it with crossbow.
Okay, got it.
I hope I get a better roll this time. Oh no, that's not bad. Fine, I got a 13.
All right, so the crossbow bolt goes shunk and again into its squishy flesh, and then gets spit back out with no apparent effect. Owl.
Okay. Would it be a good? Is it gonna interrupt Mack if Owl like tries to pull Mack out of its fucking mouth?
Well, that would be a good plan. Otherwise, he is going to get sucked all the way in. So-
Yeah, Owl's gonna try to pull him out and
Okay,
maybe do like a small
athletics
little bit
check
of.
at this point. So
Okay, athletics check. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me pull that up. Skills.
all right, you put a foot on its jaw and one of its eyeballs, and basically yank on Mack's feet, trying to yank
Drop
it.
it. Drop it.
11. Great. I might use my my little inspiration, like DM inspiration,
Sure.
to reroll that. Because
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help Owl.
13. God damn. It's a day.
Okay, Lady Emma, also make an athletics check. Okay, so do you catch that, Emma?
Yeah, I got it. All right, let's see what we do here. Well, that's not useful at all. My
If
roll.
we go
All right,
we go down together.
Okay, Lady Emma is using her noodly wizard arms and going, ah! All right, Mack, it is your turn at this point. You are technically
All right.
restrained at the moment.
I would like to summon my echo
Okay.
and see if I can get my echo. Wait, I don't know if that's in the AC. Yeah, summon my echo outside the monster.
Okay.
Trade places with it.
Yeah, I would, except that requires another bonus action, which I don't have even if I action surge, right? Action surge only is like one extra action, not another.
I'll give it to you.
Like,
if you want to use your action surge for that purpose, I'll give it to you.
sure, I will burn my action surge.
Okay, so you
substitute
basically
myself.
summon up your echo and trade place with it in the same round by using action surge. All right, great. Poof.
And then I have 4 attacks.
All right.
That's one hit.
I'll give you 3.
3 works. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. All right, hang on. That is 36 slashing damage and 12 cold damage.
Okay, and then you take half of that as psychic to yourself.
So for 24 psychic damage. Ow, okay. My brain.
All right, Mack is bleeding from the nose, and like there's some dribble. There's some blood that is not his, that is his dribbling from his mouth. Okay.
Woo! Let's go!
And then Dirk.
Dirk's gonna go ahead and stab him with his rapier twice.
What did I do? Why are you stabbing me?
So that's a 14, so that misses. Try that again. That's a 10, that also misses. So Dirk manages to do nothing, and he can't use his sneak attack if he doesn't hit. So he'll use Bardic Inspiration on Mack. And he will hide behind somebody.
All right, sorry, I'm back. My internet wants to keep going in and out.
Oh.
So my internet keeps cutting in and out. So
That's sorry. It's no fun.
All right. Let's see here. Now I need. Let's see here. A tentacles. It'll use one of its legendary actions. A tentacle shoots out and wraps around Owl's head, and she feels the. Let's see, who did a big attack on this thing? Essentially, I think it would have been.
I think I did. I think I did most.
Okay,
of
he
it.
did 56. Yeah.
You feel the pain that the creature did when it got a huge hunk hacked out of it. So 54 damage.
Ow!
The owl? Yeah, I'm down.
Well, I need you to make a wisdom save first.
Oh, okay.
52 damage. You said.
It's psychic damage. It's basically just mirroring back, replaying back all the pain.
Finally, did a decent roll. Okay, 25.
Okay, so you take half that damage for 27.
27. Okay, I'm
all right.
going.
So you have this
26.
feeling like for a split second, you feel like a giant hunk had been carved out of your side, and you're looking down. It's like, no, I'm still whole. It's like, but you have this horrible, like, aching phantom pain there. Okay, and then let's see. So that was Burnheart.
Okay, I want to try and grapple this thing, and I'm gonna try and scribe the elder sign on its back with the quill that I got from the book. So it's gonna take my own blood to do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Roll an Arcana check in this case.
Okay, well, if someone has inspiration or anything, this is not gonna go well. Hey, 14.
All right, let me roll it really quick. All right, rolled badly. All right, so okay, so what is it? It costs you. Let's see. Let's see. Roll 1d3 and you pick up this many insanity points.
Oh shit. 1d3, huh?
Yes.
There's no custom dice roller on here. Is it exclamation R
1d3. Yeah.
D3? I think there might be a space needed.
Space. Okay.
Space. All right.
All right. So you pick up 2 insanity as you scribe the signs. You see it feels like hot molten lead is being poured into your brain as you
Oh, great.
as
You know what that feels like?
as you scribe the elder sign on this thing's flesh, and it suddenly lets loose this unearthly screech. Everybody takes 5 points of sonic damage as it begins to implode upon itself and fold and squish and crack, and as you can see, what is it? You can see Mack's echo suddenly wink out of existence as the thing basically folds in upon itself, and basically as it becomes smaller and smaller, as you can hear crunching and bone and flesh making horrible cracking and breaking noises until there is nothing left except sort of a spherical black void where it used to be, with the glowing elder sign in its middle, and then that itself basically also winks out of existence eventually.
Mac just sort of collapses to the floor in a heap of headache.
Owl
Yeah.
like sits down for a second. Her hands are shaking as she's trying to kind of just come back together.
Bernhardt is crawling towards the entrance of the cave, trying to get out of these fumes.
So everybody,
He thinks that's
everybody
what's
at
causing the
some
headache.
point during this combat has seen something like horrible and horrific, essentially from their past, like reflected in the sort of like psychic mirror that basically is this monster's psyche, and it's like wherever this thing comes from, it is definitely a place of nightmares and darkness. So the as you stumble back out of the lamplighter tunnels, the fetid air of London is a relief in comparison to the sort of like slightly metallic tang of the lamplighter gas that permeates the lamplighter tunnels. As all of you are splashing some of the water from the Thames on your faces, even though you know it's like highly polluted and probably has sewage in it, it's like you're trying to wash out the basically memories of what happened in the tunnel. As you,
So everyone will definitely see like tear marks going down Zumlar's face for like a split second before he splashes water on his face.
Can Owl eat her onigiri instead? Does she have
Alright.
this face?
So, Owl, you eat your onigiri and you pick up 1 inspiration.
Oh yay!
Yeah, good alternative.
You have a comforting memory. It's like it wasn't all bad with your father. There were memorable like father-daughter moments, essentially, when you're growing up, but there were few and far between. But that brings up happier times.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy place, happy place, happy place.
Yes, she's and like it's like slightly falling apart as her hand shakes. She's just trying to take a normal bite.
There's there's a pair of like sooty lamplighters, like taking their ease over by the underneath the bridge that you just like stumbled out from. It's like, "What, you lot all right?" It's like, you didn't happen to get caught in an explosion or something. You all look beat up.
Oh, God.
We didn't.
What are
We there's definitely some loose gas in there, so that does need to get reported because it is definitely dangerous back in those tunnels.
Not
Can Dirk do an insight on them and see if they look like they're under thrall from because I think about half of the
Yeah, go
lamplighers.
ahead and roll an insight check. So like
Okay, that's a
the PG&E
16.
basically The guy in the front seems to be genuinely concerned. The guy in the back basically has this like stupid grin on his face, as if
Okay.
like,
So I'm going to use the
as if basically you've gotten what you've deserved.
Yeah,
You
I'm-
found what you basically were looking for, didn't you?
I'm going to use the wand of Dispel Magic on him because I don't want him running back and reporting.
Okay. The stupid grin sort of fades from his face, and he just sort of looks slack-jawed now. It's like his buddy goes,
Who?
slaps him, basically punches him in the shoulder. Zeke, like, go get the barber. Help these fine folks out. Look, they look hurt. It's like, what? Like, get the barber.
I'll walk over to Owl. I'll walk over to Owl and
Oh yeah,
touch her
barber.
on the
And he,
shoulder.
yeah. So Zeke, who was the sort of like weirdly, creepily smiling dude, basically now it's like gets his wits about him and goes, runs up the stairs on top of the bridge, and it's like, disappears off into the fog. It's like, yeah, my partner Zeke will be back with our company medic. It's like gives you a close shave and it's like takes care of minor wounds. He'll try to get you. He'll come back and try to get you fixed up. It's like, did you get attacked by some sort of wild animal? I'll have some of you got bite marks on you.
Well, if it gets dark in there, it's difficult to tell what's going on. I'm just glad that we made it out. What have you seen in there?
Yeah, there's all sorts of weird noises and like slurping and like clawing. It's like we've been taking our doing our damn best to stay out of the way of that stuff. It's like I figure can't be good, whatever it is, unnatural.
I think it should be a little better now, but I'd still be careful. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in London right now.
Yeah. Yeah, people keep on turning up dead, don't they? It's like cross my fingers, and he sort of makes the sign of the cross. It's like, and I hope the one Lord watches over me. It's like, fortunately, none of the Lamplighters have been targeted by whatever this is lately, but it's like that. I don't think that's gonna last forever.
Do you guys ever have meetings where you all get together and talk about, construction or the plan or what's going on, or are you all working in shifts or?
Well, we're working shifts. Essentially,
Okay.
we show up at the PG&E Lamplighters building at the far end of the Thames there on next to Bridge 13, and that's where we start our shift, and then head out for the evening and start lighting lamps.
And what time do the shifts start?
Well, it starts as soon as it starts to get dusk, right? We basically
Okay.
light all the lamps in London.
Uh-huh. And then do you just work all through the night, or like some people come on later?
Well, usually takes us about 2 hours to get all
Okay.
the lamps lit in Southwark and Northwark, and well, at least that's what the portion that our particular crew is responsible for.
Right.
And then maybe about half of us are required to basically go out and do maintenance and make sure the lamps are still working and there are no leaks, that sort of thing.
And then you have to turn them off in the morning?
Yes, we snuff the lamps in the morning and basically turn off the spigots. So
Would it
But
be
that-
okay?
it's not turning off the spigots is actually done centrally.
We
There's
might.
there's a major substation here in the Southwark that controls the gas to most of the North and Southwark.
Would it be okay if we came and talked to you guys at the beginning of the shift?
Yeah, sure. It's like we'll be heading into our shift basically about 2 hours from now.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke and I were basically doing some fishing.
Okay. What do you catch out of there?
Oh, mainly catfish, river trout.
To catch a catfisher.
That's a scary thought.
It's kind of funny now that I think about it.
All right, roll another insight check, Dirk.
Alrighty. That's a 16.
They don't have any fishing poles. You don't.
Mm.
I want to go back in that cave.
Yeah, of course you do.
Do you say this out loud?
We never found what the map was pointing to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you pretty much found what the map was pointing to.
Yeah, we did, and we're gonna. And if you say that out loud, we're gonna point out, at least Dirk is, that we need to get healed up before we go back in and deal with Benedict or anything else that's prowling around tonight.
It is at least daylight. How daylight out is it? Because I feel like getting caught outside at night is a bad idea.
Yeah, Mac needs some serious healing. So I'm not. Is he beyond the barber, or do you think the barber's
I
gonna
need
get
a
him
new
back?
blade.
I say okay. Maybe you didn't pick it up, just like. But he just said they were here. He and Zeke were here for fishing, and Dirk notices they don't have. As the detective here, you notice they have no fishing poles.
Right, and one of them was under a thrall.
One
right?
of them was under the thrall, and this guy is just like blithely told you like some falsehood directly to your
Yeah,
face.
so I'm
And
thinking.
they don't yeah, which is making Dirk not really trust this guy.
So they could easily be going to meet somebody down here. So I'm thinking we need. And so we don't. They said that they were bringing the barber, but we don't really know who they're bringing. I'm thinking we need to get out of here and find some healing to get Mac back on his feet.
Okay, so do you have a moose at this point?
Do we have like an artificer? No, we don't have any artificer. Do we have anybody
No.
who can like set a trap of some kind? Like with the trap spell?
On your team, I think Dirk could reasonably set a physical trap. I think if you wanted a physical trap. Whether or not you have time to do that or not, Dirk is basically urgently indicating we need to leave. I don't
Yeah.
think Zeke is basically grabbing the barber. He's grabbing some reinforcements now,
Yeah.
and we need to leave.
Yeah.
I think we need to get out of here. And we can't set a trap for any of the bad guys because the lamplighters are going to be all in there. So we don't want to be catching a lamplighter either.
Should I be trying to heal people while we're walking?
Yeah, you can heal people while you're walking. That's fine. Okay,
I
so
am in
are
great
you
pain.
leaving at this point? Just leaving this guy behind?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just leaving him.
You're just
Yeah.
leaving him. Okay. You don't want to like grab him and interrogate him.
Zumlar, you want to grab him?
You know, people are against that.
What did you say, Bernard?
What?
Bernhardt is basically mumbling like under his breath. It's just like, I really would like to flay him alive. It's just like, show him pleasures beyond this mortal plane. It's like
You get me. You get me. I'm insane right now. That's like the kind of
Zumlar,
thing that-
you want to help our friend Zeke accompany us?
Am I allowed to talk?
yes.
Because I've been trying to talk, and you guys are talking right over me. So.
Oh, I didn't
Sorry
hear
about
you.
that.
I'm sorry.
We apologize. Continue. Go ahead.
If everybody can right click on him and turn him up a little bit so that we make
Yeah,
sure we
I
hear
tried.
him.
A
He's
little
at
bit. Turn me all the way up,
160%.
apparently.
Hey,
Put him up to 200, and if he's too loud, you can always turn him down.
Okay.
All right.
Ryan, give it a try. What do you want?
Well, I mean, what I was trying to say is we're well past that point. So.
Okay.
Well,
No, I'm saying, do you want to basically like nab this guy and interrogate him, or do you just leave him behind? So,
Yeah, we'll take him.
all right. Zumlar walks up to him in a friendly manner, basically gives him a strong right hook to the jaw and knocks him out, and throws him over his shoulder.
Nice work.
Okay, so you head up the stairs. No perception rolls needed. You can hear like people in heavy boots like running your general direction at this point. A good contingent of them. You head back to your do you lose these people and head back to your safe house, or do you confront them, or what are you doing?
I think we need to go get Mac healed up. I mean, what are you down to, Mac?
I am at roughly 25% HP.
Yeah, I mean, is that a visit to St. Mary's, or do you think we can heal that up?
Oh no,
this is normal
this
healing,
isn't permanent
essentially.
damage.
Okay,
You have
yeah.
not taken like max hit point damage or anything, basically. That is...
No,
I can-
I've lost a lot of blood.
I can hold still. If we have a few minutes, I can heal you.
I'm saying you don't have.
We don't have a
at
few
this
minutes. We
point.
gotta
So-
get the fuck out of here.
But we needed to decide where to go. So it sounds like we need to lose. I vote. Dirk votes that we leave in good order and try to lose these guys before we go back to our house. We have 2 hours before dark, and so we need to make sure that we lose any of the people tailing us before we get back there.
All
Okay.
right.
Or
Well,
we could go to Madam Z's because she promised us safe haven. Or K's, Lady K's.
Yes.
Which
all
do you
right. Well,
prefer?
I'm gonna slap him for a cure wounds.
Okay.
Then,
All right. Great.
okay. If I had more time, I could do more, but
Well, yeah, because ideally we need a short rest. So do we want to go to Lady K's or we want to go back to the house?
Either one works.
okay.
Zumlar, what do you think? Where do we want to go? Lady K's or our house?
Lady K's
Okay.
Right.
at this
You
point.
show up at Lady K's. The Black Fairy is sort of presiding over court up front at this point. It's like, well, look at what the crack drug in. Like, go wash yourselves up in the back. Look like you've been looks like dog vomit.
Lady K, do you have a room where we could just rest for a little bit and catch our breath and talk about what happened?
Sure. It's like,
Okay.
but do take advantage of the baths first. I don't want you tracking blood all throughout the facility.
Gladly.
Absolutely.
I look at my hands. Oh,
The you go and you go to the washrooms, and there's some actual showers here, as so
They have running water?
they have running water, and so some of you strip down, but you're noticing wherever this like creature's like black ichor has like touched your clothing or your armor, it's stained black at this point, and it's just not coming out. It's not,
I mean, my fur's already black. That's not that much of an issue.
Lady Emma basically scoops up a bit of viscera that is basically like hanging on to like Zumlar's like like splattered across Zumlar's breastplate, and scoops it into a vial to later cast legend lore on it.
Cool.
Well done, Lady Emma.
Well, you wanted to do that earlier, so you're doing it now effectively. Now that you have some time. Okay, so you scoop up some of the elder spawn flesh and put it into a vial. Okay, so you get a short rest at this point. You can everybody can spend hit dice to heal themselves up to full.
Yay. And then and I'll do Song of Rest, so you get extra.
We get double Song of Rest, don't we? Because we have 2 bards.
Yes, that's correct. So you both
Excuse me.
2d6 plus whatever hit dice you spend.
Krishana is singing some sort of weird love story where one of the lovers died.
Oh, well.
A particularly boisterous patron basically pops his head in. It's like, you folks having a private party back here? Mind if I join? It's like this sort of foppish English gentleman in a suit and tails, like a forest green suit and tails with wavy blonde hair and blue eyes, and he's okay to look at. He's like not super handsome, but not ugly either.
Can Dirk roll insight on him?
Yeah, sure. He's like name's
That's
name's
23.
Henry Nesmith, son of Neville Nesmith, the Colonel Lord and Protector, essentially, of the of Parliament. It's like, but that's my father's gig. That's like, I myself basically consider myself a irredeemable lout, and simply, but I know a party when I see one.
Okay, so we recognize that, and then I did a what did I get? I got a 23 on my insight.
So you recognize Henry Nesmith out of the papers.
Mhm.
He's Neville Nesmith's firstborn son, a irredeemable playboy that is always basically causing some scandal or another, because he is also a lord in estate in the House of Commons, but but they keep on trying to vote him out because he doesn't meet the exacting moral standards, basically, of the house.
But
And
when
his
he says
father does?
when he says that he
Well,
recognizes,
you got to remember his father is a war hero, right? So
Mm.
it's like
So-
it doesn't matter what he did that was horrible, so long as it was in the name of the British Empire. It's like his son, however, basically is just like is drinking and whoring his way basically across across London at this point, and leaving a wake of disappointed noble ladies and prostitutes in his wake, and probably illegitimate children, and like polite society can't have that.
He probably has all of the STDs.
so with the 23, would I be able to tell if he says he recognizes the party when he sees one and he just kind of wants to hang out with us, or if there's anything more sinister?
You get the impression that it's like it has a double meaning. It's like he recognizes your party in particular, as in an adventuring party, as a party of freelancers.
He should have picked up Paladin.
So, do you mind if I sit with you and listen to your fine music here as he sort of like waves his wine glass over towards Krishana and Dirk?
I think that so. Dirk is going to use telepathy to say, "Hey, I think maybe we can learn something from this guy, but maybe we're going to give Krishana a chance to use her tiara on him." And Dirk will certainly play some music.
Okay.
That might actually work. The floor is yours, ladies.
But don't look at Krishana's ruby. That's only for him.
Don't
Right,
look at what?
Right, Krish. Don't look at her
Mack is still in
tiara.
the shower.
Don't look at her tiara.
Right. So Mack is finding like wherever the ichor of this creature stuck to him. It's just like his fur is just now permanently matted there, and it's like
Ugh.
it's as if they're just like an oil slick there, and it just won't come out regardless of how much soap you put into it.
Can I ask Lady K if she has any ideas? This is kind of her area of expertise, or if she knows anyone that does.
Lady K smiles. We could shave you bare. I'd enjoy that.
How much of the hair is like? What parts of it are matted? Is it? It can't be all
It's
matted.
a lot because you got swallowed and you had ripped into the thing with your hand.
Aw.
Maybe we could spike it and he could look punk.
Oh no! I just had. No, I can't do that.
Are you sure? Are you sure? That sounds kind of amazing.
So, anyways,
can
Black Berry is
try.
giving you one of those sort of like come hither, vivacious looks. It's like shaving sounds like a great plan. Why do you come with me?
Yeah. All right. It'll grow back eventually, probably. Otherwise, I'll probably just look like Dr. Lupin.
Is it gonna be
Oh,
like when a
sure.
dog with a lot of
Oh,
hair gets shaved and then they're tiny?
Oh, he's still a big
no,
dude,
my hair
basically.
isn't
It's
that
like
thick.
now you can actually
It's
see all
tiny,
his.
it's tiny.
You can see now all of his rippling muscles essentially because now
Oh, okay.
he's like an extremely well built individual underneath like being a being shaggy werewolf. So
Maybe I'll join him and do that too. I'm like,
yeah, the ogress basically. Oh, you are great during snoo snoo. You come with me again. It's like,
one of my flashbacks was not remembering to give her flowers. That was what caused me 12 damage of psychic damage.
yes. You have this sort of bad memory. It's like where you heard this crunching sound when you were doing the deed. And it's like you're wondering if something in your hip broke. But
Can't save.
all right. So those two go off with their various partners. Mack, when he returns, is it's like from the head on up, he basically looks like normal Mack, and from the neck down, essentially, he's completely clean shaven. It's like he has rippling muscles. Essentially, he's been oiled up. All right, now, do you actually basically do you actually just do you get shaved and go back, or do you actually spend some time with the Black Fairy in a romantic way?
Mack is still a little too traumatized to at least participate, but he wouldn't like reject any advances.
Right.
He just sort of like
out, you quickly find out that basically the Black Fairy can like pretty much change her size and form at will, essentially, as it's like, well, if this is not your liking, I could look like a female werewolf.
What?
You got to remember,
That's a
she
cool
is an
potty trick.
archfey, technically, so she can take many forms.
That is a cool potty trick. How about something a little more human?
All right. She sort of like ruffles your hair and basically picks something out of your mind, basically, that you find desirable, and takes that form. Okay, so Mack comes back like way later, like 2 hours later. Everybody's already like patched themselves up, washed up, like ate dinner. It's like an hour past dusk at this point. It's like eventually Mack strolls back in, basically with a pleasant smile on his face and a loose gait in his walk.
What happened?
Ugh.
Are you okay? It's just Owl can't
I'm a
read.
changed man.
Huh?
Changed
I'm a
man.
changed man.
Oh. Huh? And Owl just has no idea what he means.
Doesn't understand.
I mean, look at me. And Mack will flex, but also sort of just like, this is it. It's almost like, and you can see the tattoo. He has these like green spiral, like not spiral, but like lightning swirl tattoos up his arms, and like along his like back, there's these like parts of snowflakes like along his shoulders from his cold tattoo, and he's got like a very he's got like a hunchback werewolven form, but it is almost completely bare skin. There's like just a very, very small layer of trimmed hair. That's like it looks like he has a 5 o'clock shadow across the majority of his body. And his head is still just fur.
You look like a sphinx cat.
It looks like they did a good job, Mack. Well done.
Yeah, at least it's not goopy anymore. At least I feel clean. The hair will grow back. And then you also see, like, on his lower back section, like, the giant elven curse tattoo that's, like, instead of, his skin is, like, you know, that pale sort of, like, pink flesh, but then, like, there's this giant black mark on his back with, like, green elven runes on it that he can't even really see, so it's, like, out of sight, out of mind. But when he can actually see, he sees, like, the edge of it underneath his left arm.
Yeah. So the whole elvish curse tattoo looks like angry and infected, like a tattoo gone wrong.
Oh
yeah,
no. Bud.
Like the arm hand tattoo and the shoulder tattoo look like proper artistry. It's not even like a sleeve tattoo that you see on, like, you know, real world. It's more just like pictures of runes that have like space between them, and then like the hand is like green lightning along his claws and going up his like forearm, but then the back tattoo is just a giant black patch.
Okay, and then while we're speaking of basically cursed things, Lady Emma, let's see, I need an Arcana check as you cast Legend Lore on the Elder Things flesh.
Oh, I give her
Alright.
a prediction against good and evil.
Okay.
And you
Probably a
need an
small move.
Arcana check?
So yeah, I need an Arcana check from you, Lady Emma, for Legend
Oh,
Loring the
come
Elder
on.
Things flesh.
It is not my night tonight. I got a 5.
Well, you're basically keeping to your ideals as a researcher. So give yourself some inspiration and just re-roll it using that inspiration. So
Sounds great.
Give yourself inspiration. Man, I wish I could do that.
well, she's keeping to her character, and that's the point of giving out inspiration points, right? So
Can't blame it.
Never doubt that Lawrence is a kind and benevolent DM.
Lady Emma is
there
mad.
is, unfortunately, maybe some items are slightly too cursed to basically to know well. Okay, so let me read up on legend lore really quickly what it does.
And I'll be back in just a minute.
All right, so name or describe person, place, or object. Spell brings you to your mind a brief summary of significant lore about the thing named. Okay. Okay, so the you get visions of a ancient and lost city made of yellow sandstone, sitting deep underground. There's a ziggurat at one end of the city, and then at the other there's a massive cave entrance that sort of goes off into the beyond. There is not quite you're not quite sure where it is, but you have the feeling that this place is far underground. There's the ever-present weight of stone above you, basically giving an impressive feel to the air, as the air is thick and heavy all around you. You are standing on one of the buildings in what can sort of like be best described as just if you were looking out over like adobe buildings, like you might see in the Mediterranean or maybe in Egypt or in the Middle East. Essentially, so buildings effectively made of like mud and wattle, and with some timber supports. Upon every door is painted the sort of is a crown painted in yellow with a circle of what would you would normally assume to be sunbursts, but actually basically have the more sinister appearance of tentacles going around them. And you can see these basically barrel-chested, four-winged things with tentacles flying around all over the city. As you, they seem far away in distance. As you sort of turn around and see one swooping down, about to like consume you, and then you awake from your vision. You know inherently what these things are. They have a name that cannot be pronounced, but just like you know their name, you know how to name them essentially and cast them back. So anything, should you try to banish them using the banishment spell from here on out, you will have advantage on attempting the banishment spell because you know the true name of the.
I think banishment is a save, not advantage.
Well, no, I'm saying they have disadvantage on their save, effectively.
Got it.
So if you try to banish something, essentially you will be extra effective versus these things. And you also have gained knowledge of the Cthulhu mythos, basically you know their weakness is that they were summoned through an elder sign that you know at this all of you have seen it at this point. Burnheart has seen. No, actually, Burnheart, you were the only one that actually knows the elder sign at this point, right?
Oh shit.
I don't recall. I don't recall if you gained that knowledge through the cube or if it was in one of the books.
I remember there was some people who we were meeting with, and I think I was with Tree.
Okay, so the elder sign is something you probably found in the book, the Library of Mysteries in the Davenport Mansion. Then, okay, so correct. So we'll say everybody knows the elder sign at this point, but you know its special purpose is a sign of protection against those from the Nether, and as well as it can be used basically if inscribed upon living flesh to summon something from the Nether. converting that being utterly into a being of insanity and darkness, which is how these things get summoned into the world. Someone's life had to be sacrificed to bring these things here.
And then if you draw the Elder Sigil on that thing again, it's sort of like turning it back off in a way that, like, using it once brings it here, using it again sends it back.
That's correct.
So
But
thinking
in all cases, signing the sign requires a sacrifice of some sort. That sacrifice, the lore basically in your mind says that that sacrifice usually is a life. But if you don't have a life, essentially you can sacrifice your mental stability instead.
and we may run into this more when
Which
we
is why
start
Burnheart basically took insanity damage.
when we start dealing with that wizard that we think was involved in summoning this. We may need all of this. So remember this, guys.
Okay. All right, so you have that bit of information now. You're fully rested. You feel better about the world, and those people who's expended spells and have some sort of recovery, short rest recovery ability, can recover up to half their level in spells. I guess that would cover Lady Emma, so she can recover up to a 4th level spell if she needs to at this point. And then I think Burnheart, you're a nature druid. No, you're a fire.
Fire druid.
Fire druid. I don't think fire druids are considered a druid of the land, though.
No, they're not. 2 separate circles.
No, but I do have arcane recovery.
You do get arcane recovery.
That's
Okay,
cool.
got it.
Yeah.
And Dirk got back his bardic inspirations. So.
Okay, great. All right, so on to the next thing. What are you on to next? So, you still know where the warehouse is that the cultists are all hanging out. Well, at least the Davenport Senior's men are hanging out at over by Bridge 5 by the Thames of the north side of Southwark. You had cased out the joint earlier and noticed that there's it was pretty empty during the day. You're guessing that's probably not going to be true during the night, but they may be onto you at this point now that the Zeke and whoever his other buddy was basically has put them onto you.
And somebody spotted us. We got away, but somebody spotted us when we went and cased it out.
It's not called arcane recovery. It's called harness divine power. Did I lose you guys?
No,
No,
you're
that's
fine.
fine.
I'm just saying druids usually get nature's recovery and then wizards
get it.
arcane recovery.
I get it from being a paladin.
You get it from being
It's a paladin feature. I had it on Alan.
Okay. Okay, got it. All right, so where are you guys off to next? The warehouse, they may already be on to you at this point because minimally you're not sure they spotted you earlier, but Zeke and his cohort essentially definitely summoned them. Were trying to intercept you guys basically as you were leaving earlier, so they may already be on to you at this point. So they may be on guard for this evening. Whether or not that matters to you or not, because it may not matter to you because they are just like normal like goons. So it's not like they probably pose all that much threat to your team. But now that they're ready for you, they may cause you extra damage. However, in an encounter. So what do you want to do?
What if we went over there by it and hit it with a couple of fireballs and burned it down, and just killed everything that came out of it?
That's quite a possibility, right? All right, so you want to go do that?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Any other ideas?
I fully support burning shit down.
Love as well.
It's a question of, do we want to go to them or do we want to force them to come to us?
Whichever one lets us burn stuff down.
We're going to them.
I think we didn't like the idea of burning down our house. Several people had gotten attached to it, so it might be better to burn their things down.
Right, so the other thing to keep in mind, essentially, is this is still 1800 London. It's like fire is a dangerous and ever-present, basically, risk in London, essentially setting fire to anything tends to set fire to a lot of things, essentially. So how are you going to prevent it from spreading?
So what's the weather? Is it windy?
Hello, Druid of Wildfire. I'm just kidding.
Hello, Emma has control fire.
Okay, well there you go. So there's your
Yeah.
answer.
Out with the old, in with the new.
All right,
Sometimes
so the two of you are going to make sure it doesn't burn down the whole water.
How is there not a fire brigade of wildfire druids in the city by now?
Well, you
What?
see,
You
the
got to
public
remember,
day-
essentially, you are in the poor section of town, so they barely have public services to begin with. So whatever, as far as a firefighting brigade is like, and during this time period, it's also firefighting brigades. There aren't professional firefighting brigades; they're just volunteers that basically say, "Watch out for fire." And
Volunteers with a
there's-
bucket and a dream.
bucket in a dream, exactly.
Plus, Emma is whatever you call her class.
You're
Evocation?
a evocation specialist, so you specialize
Yeah.
in blowing stuff up. You can avoid basically blowing stuff up you don't want to blow up. So that is
Which is
the
amazing.
main feature of your class.
Okay, so
Okay, so you start heading over there. Okay, so right, everybody give me stealth rolls, and then I need what is it? A perception and an investigation roll. As you case the joint to find a good spot, essentially to set up at.
Mack,
Stealth.
I assume Mack can use his smelling and hearing for sniffing out the undead.
Are we gonna pass without a trace on this at this point?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna.
So
pass
everybody
it.
add +10 to your roll for stealth.
well, that
we
helped a
did-
lot.
Stealth?
Dirk got a 23 on his investigation.
Investigation.
Mack got a
that's it.
7. Mack got a 17 on perception.
Okay, so no problem. You case the joint. You don't figure you've been spotted at this point. The ever-present fog, now that it's gotten like later, is like filled the streets. It's like pea soup. You'd have a hard time finding each other at this point if you didn't know where you were. So you're fairly certain that they don't see you. You're sort of you all have spy glasses and you're looking at the well-lit warehouse. There's obviously magical lighting inside the warehouse. You can see the top floor and the bottom floor are lit, and there's just light streaming out from the windows out the front, giving the impression of like a giant smiling face, like looking out, as the windows sort of look like eyes, and the half-hinged open doors sort of look like a sort of jagged grin. You can see maybe about, you count, you take basically about 10-15 minutes to case a joint. There's 20 men dressed in sort of drovers and dock worker uniforms, scooting around, moving like large heavy crates that are sort of long and narrow, so i.e. like coffin shaped, but you already know that not all of them basically contain vampires. Some of them actually contain munitions. So if you figure if you hit those crates that are marked with the double lightning bolt, that definitely is probably going to cause an explosion. Because those are probably
With a convenient excuse. We didn't start the fire; they started themselves. One of their munitions blew up.
Someone roll history.
The world has
Not-
been burning
Not
since
it.
it's been turning.
Should I roll history?
I'm not rolling
Emma's
anything.
zero in
Does
history.
anybody have guidance?
I should not do history. Who's doing history?
I think was that
Not
Krishana?
me.
I got +2. I can do it.
Okay. Can I
Better than
can
me.
I help?
Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do it advantage.
Good at history, plus I don't trust myself.
I'm sorry, Lady Emma, but you have been rolling real bad.
Oh, 20. That's awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, that's pretty
Right,
good.
so Dirk notices
That's the
the symbols on the crate sort of match the like the seal of the Prussian Empire. So
Oh,
Okay,
damn.
is that
so
Turks up in here?
Is that two-headed eagles?
it's two-headed eagles, and then there's a double lightning bolt below, essentially. Some of the crates only have the double lightning bolt, but you're noticing, like, there's new crates that have literally the double eagle, Prussian Empire's, like, double eagle on them. So you have a strong impression of, like, where some of these munitions are coming from. they're being supplied by the crowds. Okay, and then let's see here. You're probably too far away to actually hear them speak because they are not like yelling at each other. So. But they're obviously having a conversation. Like Krishana basically gets the impression it's like they're not speaking English. Some of them are speaking a foreign language.
It'll take me a few minutes if you guys want me to listen to them.
But Krishana is just like pondering it for a second. They're speaking German. Because you understand all languages, right? Krishana is part of your like one of your invocations, right?
So
I have to do that as a ritual from now on.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a minute,
okay. Well, you got
right?
10 minutes of surveillance, so we'll assume you did it.
So is this the drovers and the people that look like they work on the dock that are speaking German, or is this additional people?
No, it's the workers themselves.
Okay.
Up above, you can see a handlebarred, mustachioed nobleman with dark black hair and a monocle, wearing sort of a gray pseudo-military uniform. He's sort of like looking over everything at the moment, and then he sort of ducks back he ducks in and out of the office like every 5 minutes as if to check something in the office, then check on the floor, then check something in the office, as if he's communicating something back to somebody. Something new also that all of you notice that is new on top of the warehouse is an antenna. It might be one of those newfangled radios that you've been hearing about that are all the fashion among the well-to-do these days, but or it could be some other magical device, but nonetheless, essentially, it sort of looks like an antenna.
Given where it is, I don't trust it, whatever it is.
All right. So, but if that is the case, Dirk notes essentially, hey, if that's an antenna, that means they have a communication device. They will radio off to whoever they're working with immediately if we start blowing up the warehouse. We may want to take that out first so they don't basically let on to whoever they work with, like Elder Davenport, that we've assaulted this place.
Can't we just like go up there and break the radio?
Well, you have to do that ahead of time. It's like Dirk is just indicating you'd have to do that ahead of time, because if we do it afterwards, they'll have cats out of the bag. They will have informed whoever they work with that we attack their warehouse.
So how far up is that?
It's on the top of the warehouse on the second floor.
So like if somebody Misty stepped up there.
So if someone wanted to get up there, Misty Step is a little too far. You're probably the road in front is maybe about 50 feet across, so Misty Step won't reach. But if you went to another warehouse on the other side of the street, on another warehouse top, you could probably teleport over there using Misty Step. I think Lady Emma actually has Dimension Door as well, so you could be within 500 feet away and still teleport up there if you want to.
More like Dimension Dork.
Yep. Okay.
What?
So what's the plan, people? There's obviously some sort of leader in the office and 20 men. And probably enough munitions, essentially, where one well-placed fireball will probably cause a large chain reaction.
I think I have I have a searing smite, maybe.
Okay. Lady Emma, how do you feel about dimension dooring up there? Or guys, do we want to go on top of the other warehouse and then maybe cast fireball from up there, or take out the where do we want to operate from?
I like keeping a distance, I'm not gonna lie. So I like the idea of going to the other warehouse.
That's a giant powder keg in there. As soon as we can disable that communication device, we should be good to go.
I have a couple ideas. Maybe
So Burnheart himself has a teleporting fire elemental, so you just send it in there. That's another way of doing this.
How far away is this teleportation thingy?
I can only teleport 15 feet, but it can move like 60 feet or
Yeah, but he
something.
can initially believe he can summon up to 60 feet away. So
Yeah, which is so I could like
so he
summon
can
it on
just
the roof.
make it appear 60 feet away from him.
Guys, how far away is the teleportation device?
Oh, there is no teleportation device. I'm saying they have an antenna
No.
basically on
Sorry,
the top of
no,
their.
Yeah, it's a radio.
They have a radio on top of the warehouse, radio antenna on top of the warehouse, which you probably
We're
want
trying to
take out.
destroy the direct TV.
How far away is it?
So, full 70 feet away, basically from your current position across the street.
Well, I can use like a tiny fireball to take it out.
Like firebolt with a range of 120 feet.
Okay.
Well, I can do that too, but I also have like a bunch of fireballs at different ranges, and my fireballs are usually how far are my fireballs? I thought it
Different
was.
flavors of fireball. I like it.
It's just so
I thought
freaking
it-
cool.
Fireballs
I
for
have-
like 50 feet. Maybe I'm looking at
Okay,
the
so yes. I'm saying that could be done essentially. It's just like it's all a matter of like order of operations. Yeah, so just if you want to blow up the antenna first, then shoot fireballs into the warehouse, you'll give them a little bit like a round or two of ahead of pre-knowledge that something they're being assaulted first, but sure. That's fine.
I don't know. What do
They'll
you guys?
acknowledge they're being assaulted, but they can't call for help. Versus we
Right.
get the jump on them, but they can call for help.
If Benedict's not in there, we don't want them calling him. So yeah, I think the antenna goes first, even if it because if we're gonna blow them up in there, maybe some of them get out, but I don't know that there's other preparations they could do in one round.
It could fall down from natural causes, like getting struck by lightning.
Right? Do you want to use call lightning on it?
Oh my god, that'd be so awesome.
I think that's a little overkill, but I can concentrate on it for up to 10 minutes, so yeah.
All right, you're gonna lightning bolt their radio equipment. Okay, that's a perfectly reasonable way of taking out a radio. Okay, so
And that's good because it'll fry everything all the way down from the antenna into the equipment.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Love it.
Okay. Alright, so that's what happens. So I concentrate on this lightning storm, and it just clouds,
Okay,
it's
there's
always
already like
dank and
there's like dank fog and like mist everywhere, so you see sort of like lightning streak sideways through the fog and then divert down into the antenna, in which there's a loud shout from the office that you can even hear all the way across from the street as someone's cursing in German. It's like Scheiße! It's like and then quickly followed by it's like two arms to arms, like
Playing from
get your guns and basically drive off whoever's out there. Like within moments, essentially, you see like heavily armed men with machine guns basically start storming out the front of the warehouse. Maybe
Would you
about
say they're
6 of them.
blitzing out the front?
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
So they're carrying the machine guns? They're not like shooting from the building?
No, they're sort of like
a Tommy gun?
They're like a Tommy gun, effectively. So
Yeah.
Can I have a lightning bolt
it's like
strike
they
them?
exist during this period of time, basically, but they would be relatively rare, and only like the Germans would have had them at this point in time.
Is it not the MP40?
It is the MP4, the precursor to the MP4. Yes. All right, so you got thugs with assault rifles running out the front at this point to find whoever, and then you hear something inhuman and large, basically, like roar from inside the warehouse, and then another like roar answers it, also inside the warehouse. You're going, oh, more Cthulhu monsters. It's like as one of you is looking through your spyglass at the moment, we'll just say since Lady Emma is basically probably the one like most interested in sending the fireballing. She's looking through her spyglass and sees two of the workers' clothes basically completely tear apart as they become much larger and become these hulking ape-like monsters with no eyes and just a giant like maw of multiple rows of teeth.
Okay.
Peace. Oh.
Okay, so and from there, essentially, okay, so everybody gets a surprise round at this point. You've already taken care of the antenna. Burnheart, your surprise round was like lightning bolting the antenna, and then we'll just run down the list from there.
So
Krishana.
they instantly knew that the lightning was caused by a spell?
Well,
Like,
well, they
question.
know something is going on, essentially, that, yeah, but whoever it is paranoid and is, like, sending all the troops out, like, right now.
And since they know that there's magic, I mean, you would suspect that.
Yes. Whoever is leading
there
them,
wasn't any
basically,
lightning before
is,
this.
like, an extremely cautious person and is just sending them out, basically, to go find out what caused this right now. All right, Krishana, what are you up to?
I am going to cast Bane on 3 of them. One of them, the people with the biggest guns.
Okay, well, they all have assault rifles, so just nobody has like a heavy machine gun or anything like that. So think of like stormtroopers with assault rifles.
Charisma 17 save.
So they all have like -15 to hit, right? Because they're stormtroopers.
Yeah. They always miss the first time.
They have red shirts on, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so the 2 ape-like creatures sort of look like that. So there's just like a giant maw upon a ape-like body.
That is beautiful.
Tripod with teeth.
Yes.
At third level, I think that's 5 targets.
Okay, fair enough. Like the mooks will just automatically get affected. I'm not even gonna roll for them. So they there's a like black miasma that basically hangs over the lot of them. Lady Emma.
All right. Lady Emma is most interested in blowing up the warehouse.
Okay, so I need a Arcana check to basically put your fireball well on target. Let's put it that way. The Germans are not considered enemies of Tirnanog, by the way, Zumlar. They weren't involved in the invasion of Tirnanog. That's a completely British endeavor.
All right. Let's see here.
So the Germans may consider it a matter of national security, existential national security, because, of course, the Britons have all this stuff that they got out of Tirnanog, and the Germans don't.
I am scared about this Arcana.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Well,
Yay!
Yay!
Lady Emma basically like casually flicks the fireball with her index finger towards as it grows from a size of a pea to the size of a small planetoid of fire, and as it hits the exact row and column of chest that she was looking for, and then there's a tremendous set of explosions as all the guys in the front are completely atomized by a tremendous fireball. The whole roof of the warehouse lifts high into the sky underneath this giant mushroom ball of flame, and munitions and rockets and shells start like raining shrapnel all over the place. As Lady Emma is sort of realizing we are nowhere near far enough away from this thing.
okay.
Okay,
We need to control the fire.
Dirk is going to use his song of inspiration, his song of creation, to make essentially like a 3-sided bunker thing for us to stand behind.
You sandbag your position.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say you did that ahead of time. Maybe you had some.
Yeah.
This was gonna happen. All right, so everybody, give me an advantaged dex save, DC 18.
All right.
Mack would like to summon his echo.
Okay.
Just beforehand, get it ready.
Yeah. Okay. You just have
Advantage
it
means you get to roll twice, right?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Roll twice, take the higher.
Roll twice and take the higher.
Perfect.
I
Just
would
had to-
have my
Oh
Fire
shit!
spirit out as well.
Thank God. 20.
Mack
Oh.
is like standing on the roof, like, "Come at me,
Okay.
explosion!"
Okay.
And he gets an 8.
Does someone just yoink back under the thing so
Okay.
he can't get hurt?
Dirk had to use
No,
one
I
of
got
his
an 8.
luckies.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
no.
So everybody, full damage is 38. Half damage is 14.
38 what, Lawrence?
This is okay. Well, we're just gonna say primarily fire.
Good thing all the hair's already off.
Yes.
All right, so if we made the save, we only take like half damage.
You take half damage, so you take
It's
14.
14.
Otherwise,
Sweet.
Unless you're
Oh, you take
resistant to
28 or
fire
38?
damage.
I am not, unfortunately. I think I'm only
Yeah,
necrotic.
but Emma and Bernhardt might be since they're fiery.
Oh, true.
well, Emma is not resistant. She's
Oh,
just
okay.
good at making her fireballs not hit stuff she doesn't want to, but she's not in otherwise resistant to fire. I don't know if flash fire druids actually get resistance to fire or not. So.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Later on, we gain bonuses to healing,
Mhm.
but it's like I'm like 2 or 3
All right,
levels.
so
closer.
the whole front of the like everything within like 100-yard radius is like has burning debris. The like within like a split second, essentially, all of you are knocked on your asses. You're patting out fires. The sandbags definitely did their job, soaking up the majority of the blast, but all the glass, all the windows, like on the warehouse 70 feet away on your side of the street, are all blown out. And the warehouse on either side of the warehouse you just struck basically seems to be like half flattened. And they're just like this giant crater with these two like inhuman mouths with 4 arms basically standing in the middle of it. And standing behind that is this
Wait, can we go back?
like and getting up out of basically the conflagration is like and melted stone is this guy in half a gray suit, and the other half of his body is just like burnt to a crisp. Essentially, all you can see is the little bits of like charred flesh and skeleton as he stands up and looks at you. It's like his skull, his half skull face is like both of his eyes glow with this inhuman, baleful blue glow from behind his irises.
Okay, I forgot to mention, but Emma has a far step bonus action, so can we assume that she took a far step after casting this fireball?
After casting the fireball, let's see here. Did you make your save?
That's a good question.
If you made your save, we're just gonna call it good there, essentially. Otherwise, I'll give you an extra roll. So double advantage.
I don't think she made her save.
You got a 16.
It was an 18 DC.
Okay, so you got +2 from Zumlar or Burnheart, very likely. So you made it.
Oh, cool.
So you take the 14 damage. So, all right. So you take half damage anyway. So you're fine.
Oh, I'm not a high enough level to provide the bonus.
Oh, you don't have protection aura. Okay, so you
That's
got
level.
you got the +2 from Zumlar.
Oh, that's cool. Then I didn't have to use my lucky then.
You still got with the +2. That'll take you up to 18. So you make your.
I didn't have to use
so-
my lucky. Yay!
All right, Al, as you are picking yourself up off your ass and putting out fires on your person, what else are you doing? Everything except for the 2 giant mouths with 4 arms and their leader, whatever the frick that is, are dead at this point.
Okay, wait, so everything's pretty much like what's alive? I'm sorry.
Nothing is alive. It's all
Okay.
ash.
No, remember the thing in the tunnels? There's 2 of those still alive.
No, I say there are different things in that they are.
Okay.
They're technically from the Lovecraft mythos. They are gugs, essentially.
Okay, but they take radiant damage, right?
Probably.
So I might use like my level 2 divine smite versus favorite enemy
Okay.
on top of like using my sword. Does that
All right.
sound right?
So, are you topping over your sandbags at this point and charging them, or what are you doing? You've got about 70 feet between you and them, essentially. So
yeah,
you've got at least a round worth of running up to them if you're from your current position.
Yeah, okay. So actually, yeah, if I'm running towards them, if I can run about 10 feet, I think like I have I might use Sunlight Sphere. Which has
you just run the 30 feet to get like halfway there and then huck your Sunlight Sphere. Roll to hit.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna use my 3rd level then. Or No, I can use my second level. I have more slots, so I'm gonna use that for Sunlight Sphere, and I'm gonna cast that.
Okay, roll the hit.
Oh, I got a natural 20!
Let's go!
Nice.
All right.
Woot!
So,
I'm gonna roll damage.
okay, that's good.
Yeah!
Crit, 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 crit.
28.
Okay, and you already doubled up the damage.
Yeah, it did like a 68 on the app.
Okay, so that's good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So one of the gugs basically catches a sunlight sphere straight to the chest. It flinches, and you can see this like carved out divot in his chest where the sunlight sphere has chewed away some of his eldritch flesh. Owl. It's still up though. Okay, so that was Owl. Zumlar.
Mic check?
I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Zumlar, you're
Well,
on mute.
Zumlar's muted.
I think that was Ryan Mack that said mic check. I don't think it was Ryan.
Yeah,
Zumlar.
it was too quiet. I was like, is everyone there?
Oh,
Let's see.
Ryan is muted. Or, yeah, Ryan Zumlar
Yeah.
is muted.
He's typing something.
He said he's casting Misty Step as a bonus action, then run up another 30 feet.
Okay,
Nice.
so we'll call that close enough. You're in melee combat with the Zugs at least. With the Gugs.
Zugs.
Zugs. So go ahead and make your melee attacks. They are AC 18.
Oh, damn. Nice.
Okay.
Sheesh!
All right. They seem to be grievously wounded, but otherwise, unfortunately, still alive. Mack.
All right, it's go time! And I would like to rage.
Okay.
Like
Bonus
to
action
rage.
rage.
I love how you say it just every time. I like to rage.
What do you call it? Me and my Echo are going to run up towards the other Gug and just start whacking.
All right.
Recklessly.
So they're 60 feet away. So it's like you can dash and probably get there, but that's all you'll be end up doing.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'll dash and run up next to. I'll get up next to Owl, just to like. Never mind then. I don't rage because I'm not going to take damage, or do damage, but I'm going to run into the fray up next to Owl.
Okay. All right. So you run up halfway, basically, and get ready for the final charge. All right, Dirk.
Okay. Dirk is going. I'm taking that there's like debris and rocks, and there's like some large things around here. Is that right?
There's debris all over the place now.
Oh, okay. So I want to use my animating performance.
Okay.
Okay, which is going to take some giant spiky, chunk of things, and I'm going to animate it, and so it can do a force powered slam. So
And welcome to the jam.
I'm thinking, how far do I have to be? Within 30 feet of me. Okay, so I'm going to do my movement, and then I'm going to animate it, and it can move, and then it can do a force slam that's 1d10 plus proficiency bonus, my spell attack modifier to hit, which is, sorry, I haven't used this before. That's a +6. Okay, so let me do d20. Okay, so that's a 17 plus 6 is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
On the skull guy, and then that's going to be 1d10 or 1d10. Okay, so that's 8 plus 4, so that's 12 damage on him. And then
got it.
for see for bonus action. And now after this, I can command it on my bonus action, and I can also do Bardic Inspiration. So I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration. Who just ran up there? Zumlar just ran up there. Okay, so I'm going to give Zumlar Bardic Inspiration, and I'm going to duck behind something.
Okay, got it. Right. Let's see here. Okay, so that is the sort of first surprise round. Let's do initiative at this point and decide which guys goes first.
All right.
So they got okay. So I got a 23.
I got a 3.
I got a 21.
You stupid.
I just hear like I got a rock.
I'm gonna make you.
I got a rock.
Okay, Dirk's got a 20.
Okay.
I got a 19. Shauna's got a 19.
Nice.
Okay.
7.
I'm sorry, that's a
the
15.
Bugs and this Harvey Dent looking guy like move supernaturally quickly, closing the distance over to actually someone's in melee. So one of them stays to continue to engage Zumlar. The other one charges forward to engage Owl and Mack, and then the half torched German individual starts making arcane mutterings and gestures in the air that Lady Emma recognizes very well, basically as a fireball.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I need
Anybody have Counterspell?
I do.
Counter fist.
That's a reaction.
Oh my God.
Well, the problem is it's like it's out of range, essentially. You'd have to be standing on this person in order to... You normally have to be within 60 feet of them, essentially, in order to cast Counterspell. And he's definitely taken some steps back, as if he knows that people can counter what Counterspell range is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did somebody get attack of opportunity on him, or he hasn't moved?
No, he's behind the Gugs, essentially.
Okay.
So he's like 10 feet further than the Gugs. So
Go.
Emma has absorb elements. And
yes,
she's
so you could cast that on yourself to have the damage. So.
Okay. Okay.
So
Do that.
all right. So he decides to fireball the back ranks. So that's Dirk,
I'm gonna cast
Lady Emma,
D6
Krishana,
absorb
and Burnheart, I believe.
What? Sorry.
Oh, I'm saying he's fireballing the back ranks.
Oh shit.
Okay, so everybody make a dex save, DC 18.
DC
Hold on to your butts.
Dex save.
Yes.
Hold on to the
do we
what?
still have a paladin back here? Do we get a +2?
22.
No, you do not get a +2 because Zumlar is up in melee with the Gugs at this point.
Oh, I thought I didn't know if Al was still back there. Well, that's not going so well so far.
Nope, me and Owl
No,
up front.
Owl is also likewise forward in the forward position at this point. So.
Okay, I burned 2 luckies, but I got 1.
Okay, I can absorb. I got a 21 on my absorb element and a 22 on my dex save.
Okay, so the dex save is 18. If you make it, full damage 31, half damage is 15.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then if you want to use absorb elements on top of that, you can have the half to 7 damage.
Is absorb elements like a...
It's a reaction, so
Yeah, it's a
It's a
reaction.
reaction?
you spend a first level spell slot and it's a reaction.
Is there any
It's
chance?
like shield, but for element.
Is there any chance I can use my what is it? Rebuke the violent? Would that be helpful here?
Yes, you can actually. So you can basically just rebuke the violence, like eat your own damage. Bad.
Yeah. Naughty, just like a news
Naughty.
nose.
All
I
right,
have
so
9 HP, so...
So rebuke the violent.
all right, he seems very surprised, basically, as he's on fire again. He's like, ah!
Yeah.
Owl's just like, stop that.
Just rude. She just looks at us like that was rude.
All right, you see him basically immolate. The other half of him basically char to ash, and then his skeleton basically crumbles.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, he actually took damage from the fireball, unlike the Gugs who are immune to fire.
Oh, dick! So now we just got these Gug bastards. Eek.
Yes. All right.
Well
You
done.
Ooh. Hell yeah! We
I'm
got
gonna-
this.
Can I cast the Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound to go up against these things?
On
I
your
not
turn, yes,
faithful
certainly.
enough?
That's perfectly viable. I'm just saying not right now. Once it gets to your turn again, yes, you can certainly cast that. And it's a good plan because it's one of those spells that lasts like 10 rounds, so you can continue to attack round after round. So, and you can then cast other spells while you're doing that. So, okay, these Gugs are super not
Matt,
accurate.
we can lose this. We cannot lose you.
I appreciate the thought.
All right, so Owl. Let's see. Owl gets grabbed by two of the claws and like fed into the maw for a total of 26 points of damage.
Cool! I'm almost dead. Cool.
As everybody sort of like sees Owl's head disappear into this thing's jaw and it starts chewing. And then Zumlar, let's see here. You lead a charmed life and then none of its attacks hit. Okay, and then Burnheart, we're at the top of the round again. You're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to waste my turn casting Healing Spirit. I'm gonna cast it 4th level, so I'm gonna get 3d6 for the next 6 turns.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
So give yourself some healing.
yeah. So,
And
and then I'm
costs
gonna
you
have
a bonus action to summon your fire buddy. By the way, you may want to
Yeah.
have it out.
so I'm gonna have him run up and attack, and I'm going to back up.
Okay. Does he actually have attack that is not fire damage based or not?
It's all fire based.
Okay,
He has
well,
Fire Seed. And he
Well,
has
okay,
flame
then you can at
teleport.
least have him do the help action for one of the other people. Then,
Okay, so he's gonna
'cause
do
they
the
are
help
immune
action.
to fire, so which is why they didn't take any damage from the explosion.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna do the help action.
He'll do the help action. Okay, Krishana, you're up.
I will cast Cure Wounds 2nd level on Bernhard and saying to one of my teammates that is currently stuffed into a mouth to give him a Bardic Inspiration D8.
Okay, so Al, you have a Bardic Inspiration.
Thank
Lady
you.
Emma.
Wait, how much did I heal for?
Oh, what do you need?
Said he hit me
Second
with,
level Cure Wounds.
Second level Cure Wounds for 16.
Okay.
All right, plus your 3d6. All right, and then let's see here. Lady Emma, you're up.
Okay.
Alright, let's cast that hound spell.
All right, you cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound. Well, you need to scoot up a bit. So you scoot up to about the mid-range, essentially, so that you're at least in the your Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound, because it tends to hang right next to you. All right, and let's see here. The Gug basically notices the Phantom Hound chewing on its leg, confused, just like, what is this? All right, so yes, you cause your 15 points of damage, but otherwise, it is still alive. Ow.
Okay, I gotta get out of this thing's mouth first, don't I?
Yes. Athletic
Yeah.
checks to get out of its mouth.
Wait, what is it? Sorry?
Athletics check.
Dex check.
Athletics or acrobatics, whichever is better for you. This is
Oh.
anti-grapple check, effectively.
Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna roll that.
How
And,
to ungrapple.
Oh, I got a 23!
Okay, no problem. You
Can my bonus? Can my bonus action?
you basically put everybody's impressed with Owl's flexibility, and she basically literally folds herself in half, basically puts her boot against the jaw and extracts her head. Okay, so you're free at this point. We'll give you your full normal action. So
Okay.
what are you doing?
I need to cure some wounds on myself.
Or lay hands.
So just
No,
lay on
I
hands.
lay hands on Zumlar. So I'm gonna use cure wounds 3rd level because oh my god.
That's a lot of pain.
It's so much pain. I'm at 3 points. I get 16. Thank you.
Very good.
Okay.
All right, you get 16 hit points back, and you are defending
I'm now
yourself.
at I'm so happy.
Okay, Zumlar.
Wait, could my bonus action also be hitting away from the thing so I smack it with my shield to get away?
No, because your movement essentially is gobbled
Ah.
up basically by having to escape being held. So,
Cool. Sounds good.
so you've just gotten out of its grasp. You would have had to take your action actually to basically vamoose out of there.
Got it.
Okay,
Perfect.
Zumlar.
How far is Owl to me?
She's about 30 feet.
So I will run up to the creature from behind and I'll stab it in the back.
Okay, well, you've got your own creature to deal with. This will cause you to take attacks of opportunity. Are you sure you want to do that?
I think I have the ability to disengage.
Okay, well, if you disengage, then there's no attacks at all. Essentially, that takes your full action.
No, without being.
Just attack the one you're at and do it with advantage because
Yeah.
I'm giving the help action.
Because
Also,
his
like,
fire elemental is helping you, being your buddy at this point and helping you out.
All right, I'll finish off the guy in front of me.
Okay, got it.
Distraction.
Yeah. She won't be too dead.
All right, one net 20 into 19.
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Give him damage.
What is that? One dice.
Oh, Healing Spirit is a bonus action cast? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking dumb. That spell's so good. Why is this spell so good?
Oh, because it takes 10 minutes to cast it?
No, it doesn't.
Not that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in the middle
Why-
of combat. It's useful, and it's very strong outside of combat. And it's like in combat, it's decent.
It's just so good.
It's one of the strongest healing spells in the entire game.
Yes. Okay, so let's see, what was I doing? Okay, so
That's
damage
42
on-
damage.
42 damage. All right, you slash this thing almost completely in half at this point. You can see guts spilling out. It's like it has way more organs than it should. Sort of deal. It's like
Oh, that makes
Is that-
for good.
is that 5 stomachs and 3 livers? It's like sort of deal.
So then I'm going to take my movement and I'm going to where Owl is.
Okay, so you're gonna Misty step back or what?
I have a 30-foot movement, so I'll just move back.
Well, I'm saying you cannot move back without taking attacks of opportunity. That's why I'm.
Oh, I thought he was down. Okay.
He's not down. He's still up, essentially, with leaking out his guts.
Okay.
I'm saying he is very close to down.
So you know what? Yeah, I'll Misty Step.
You
So I
Misty
still
Step.
have-
All right, so cross off a
Full
first
slot.
level spell for Misty Step, and you Misty Step back. Poof.
Fourth level spell? Holy shit.
I can do a second level.
Yeah, I think it's second or third.
It's second level spell. Okay, so cross off a second level spell.
It's Dimension Door that's fifth, I think.
Dimension
Yeah.
Door is third.
And Dimension Door.
Okay.
Dimension Door is fourth, and it also takes a whole action. Misty Step is second, only takes a bonus action.
When D&D is gonna come and we're gonna have to remember everything.
One of these.
Dimension- I wish Dimension Door was better. It's like not great.
Fuck,
Well-
what?
You can take somebody
Well,
with you, and it's
you
100.
teleport without error within 500 feet, and you don't have to see your target, which is
And you
always,
can take someone with you.
and you can take somebody with you, which is not bad. So
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not good. It's
well, let's put
just-
it this way: it's one of those
a
spells
spell.
that just simply covers so many of the things that you can do with teleport in general as a utility spell. So, okay, so Owl, you got yourself loose. Zumlar, you almost slashed the one in front of you in half, but it is still there. Mack, what are you doing?
All right, let's get it done. Now I would like to rage and hit this thing 3 times.
Go ahead.
That's 1. That's
2.
2.
A 3.
Let's see if it's 3. And a 3. Hang on, let me read the I need to read how do I activate this? Oh no, that's another bonus action. Okay. But that's still 3 hits. Using one of my Echo's hits. Gonna mark that off. It's 1 rage. That is 1 Echo hit. 3 hits for 33 slashing damage and 12. So that is 45 damage total. Are they resistant to slashing or cold at all?
No, not at all.
Then 45 damage total to the one in front of Owl.
All right, you tear into the one in front of you, like leaving deep troughs across his chest.
I take a slash. My Echo takes a slash, and then I suplex it.
Okay. Well, it is like 2 size categories bigger than you, so no, you're not suplexing it. But, you go ha as you lift up on one leg and just go, oh no.
So it's huge?
Yes.
You're a pretty tall guy.
All right, Dirk, you're up.
Okay, Dirk is going to use healing word on Al.
Okay.
For that, okay, so that's 8 points of healing, and then for a bonus action, he's going to have his dancing thing slam into the one that's left over there, so that I did that. Okay.
Okay. You have your automaton.
Oh, I did a typo in it, so D20 plus 6. Okay, 26 to hit. So that does 1d10 plus 4.
Wow.
Okay. Oh well, if I could type, it would work. Okay, so that's 12 hit points, 12 points of damage, and bardic inspiration.
All right, bam! You smash your automaton, smashes it in the head.
And then bardic inspiration to Burnheart, because I can do that at the same time as doing my dancing guy.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. You notice the gugs in front of you. Their wounds seem to be sealing up at this point, as flesh basically knits together back together as it regenerates some hit points, and then they go to attack again.
Oh, right. Ancestral Protectors on the Gug that I attacked that's next to Owl.
Okay, so the Gug attacks Mack this time and puts Mack in its mouth and chews on it for...
Here we go again!
28 points of damage.
Halved?
Yes, you can have this.
So 14?
14.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not terrible. What are you at? What are you at, Mac?
Well, he's
half.
He's a barbarian, so he gets to have that, like...
I'm at triple digits!
Because he raged.
Yes, plus he is raged. Okay, and Zumlar, it catches you with, let's see here. Catches you with 2 claws, but does not chew on you, for a total of 18 points of damage. Okay, and then that is the Gug's action, and then, let's see here, we're back up to Burnheart.
Okay, so I have my fire spirit spends its movement moving towards me, and I spend my movement moving towards it, and I spend my bonus action moving my spirit to move along with me.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I heal the 3d6 again this turn, getting 14, and next turn I will be in combat with it.
Okay. Keep in mind, Healing Spirit doesn't move. It's like wherever you cast it is where it stays.
It can move.
It's a bonus action to move it. That's why I had to.
Okay, got it.
But is it also a bonus action to command your fire spirit?
Only to make it do specific actions, such as attack. Otherwise, it takes the dodge or just moves. Which is why it just moved.
Okay, I'm fine with that. That's good. All right, Krishana.
I am going to bonus action cast Hex on the creature that is chewing on our doggy, and I'm going to attack it twice with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay, we'll hit twice.
Nice.
Do I need to ask what disadvantage you're imposing on it, or should I just assume that it's the correct one?
The strength. I really don't like this thing eating you guys.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Our doggy. Love you, Krishana.
Okay.
AC 18, I missed twice.
Okay, so it's Eldritch Tide deflects your Eldritch Bolt. Let's see here. Emma.
All right. I am going to hit it with my Melf's Acid Arrow.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Ooh.
All right. All right, and then also roll the damage for your Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound as it continues to chew on its target.
Okay. And I'm gonna roll my damage from my Acid Arrow.
All right, your Hound chews on it for 15 more points of damage, and what does your Acid Arrow do as far as damage? A bilous green arrow made of acid splorts all over the Gug, and it begins to sizzle. Oh, there it is, right there. It's 16 damage. Okay, got it. Okay, I didn't see that earlier.
Nice.
Okay, so 31 points of damage. All right, so the second Gug seems to be like highly damaged as well now. So both of them are highly damaged, though it seems to be a push and pull between their regeneration and the damage you're doing to them. Ow.
Trying to decide. Should I try? I feel like I should try to pull Mack out. I think they'd be more effective than.
I'll be alright. Trust me.
I will never trust you.
If you kill it, it'll drop him. I don't.
I
can
have a
hit that
secret.
hard?
Don't worry. I'll
You
be
can hit very
fine.
hard, basically, as a paladin. So
Yeah,
yes,
you can hit it and smite the heck out of it.
Yeah. Okay. I could use like my second level or.
Yes. So roll to hit twice, and we'll determine whether or not you hit it. It has AC 18. So
Okay.
you're generally needing, I think, probably 9 or better on the dice.
Okay. Is that using my sword? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that is using your sword.
Okay.
As opposed to what?
I'm sorry. Look,
As
man,
opposed to her mace that does holy water. I mean, that would be the other one.
Yeah, holy water is not going to be effective on these things.
Okay.
Okay, so I
Sword it
failed. I got an 11 and a 27.
11 and 27. Well, the 27 definitely hits. So.
Okay, so let me roll the damage for that. So I rolled one.
Smite.
Well, let her roll regular damage first. Don't get all antsy.
Smite.
Alright, I'm gonna roll regular damage first. So that's 7, and then let me roll like the smite damage spells. And then I'm gonna use my second level for divine smite versus favorite enemy, which is a lot. Which goes to 16. So 7 plus 16, so that's 23.
23. Okay, you leave a glowing white mark slash through it. It's it again doesn't seem very long for this world, but annoyingly enough, as the wound, as their sword is leaving its body, the far edge seems to be sealing itself back up again. I.e., it's regenerating.
Damn it.
The acid, however, does not seem to be regenerating, so that's at least good. All right. Zumlar.
Sorry, Mac.
I am going to attack the one that Al was attacking.
Okay.
Finish it off.
Ellie. Get Mac out of the slimy maw.
Well, I'm rolling.
All right.
Good.
The Gug that you were engaged with basically takes a swipe at you and hits you for, 12 points of damage on the way out. But yes, you do get to engage the one that Al was attacking.
Last turn I Misty stepped away from him.
Oh, you Misty stepped away. Never mind. Okay, then I'm not going to worry about that. Continue.
Nat 20 and a 13.
20 and 13. Okay, so the nat 20 hits, 13 misses.
Well, 13 plus 11, so it's
okay, then you hit
24.
twice.
Oh, so you got a crit and a hit. Okay, cool.
Crit and a hit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 2 smites on that one.
All right.
Let
Okay.
me roll it and
All
check
right.
here.
Yeah, you will do more than enough damage to finish it off. So you hack it in half. Emma, which one actually has the acid arrow on it at this point? Is it the one that Zumlar was originally fighting, or is it the one that Owl was fighting?
Let's say it's the one that Owl was fighting.
Okay, so you hack it in half. The acid continues to chew towards its center, and it does not get back up.
Icky.
So, I guess Mack's like wriggling in its mouth, right?
Yes, Mack basically pops himself out of its mouth.
Does he pop?
No, I do the trick I was going to do if you hadn't killed it first. I swap places with my Echo as a bonus action.
Was he complaining? Was he just complaining? Is that what I heard?
Americadabra!
Is that
All right.
That wasn't complaining. That was explaining.
Presentation!
Okay, all right,
Let's not have any Mack-splaining, okay?
All right.
Mac attack.
Exactly.
It's what I do.
All right, you are transposed with your Echo at this point. All right, now what's up?
Oh,
Probably
is
rage
there...
ability.
What do you call it? There's still one standing, right?
Yes, there's still one standing.
It's go time!
You rush towards it and attack. Go ahead. AC 18.
He gets eaten again.
If he did, I
what's the
swear to
thing's
God,
AC?
Mac.
Lawrence, AC?
They are still AC 18.
18, okay. So that's 29 damage to this
All
one.
right. You tear into it. Its guts are flying all over the floor at this point. It's slippery in a large radius around it, as it basically scoops up its guts with its left hand, basically starts stuffing them back in as it.
Is it
continues
dead
to
yet?
regenerate. No, it can't. Until you figure out how
Action
to stop its
surge!
regeneration, it's still gonna basically fight you. You are technically fighting an undying creature right now.
That's
Dirk.
one hit. That's 2 hits.
Yep. It
That
should be dead.
is
By
2
your
hits.
account, it should be dead. It's like missing 80% of its internal organs.
That's another 34 damage on
Yes.
action surge.
I'm saying, in Mack's estimation, it's like, why is this thing still standing? It's like, it's missing 80% of its organs at this point. You can see its spine. It has nothing in its chest cavity anymore.
So the other one went down because Lady Emma hit it with the acid arrow, and then it got chewed up, and the acid went to the middle of it.
Yes,
But
that's correct.
But
Oh,
the perforating stuff is not.
Is this thing basically on death's door, but I can't put it down? Is that
You
what that
cannot
is?
put it down. Yes, that is correct. That is what you're
All right.
encountering at the moment.
Well, I've spent my action surge because
Okay.
Mac has an intelligence of 8.
Okay. Why won't you die?
Pretty
All right,
much.
Dirk.
Okay, I don't think that Dirk has anything to get him either. So, is anybody in dire situation for
Well,
healing
you could
right
have
now?
you could have your animated golem restrain it so it can't attack anybody.
Lady Emma could use some
Okay,
R&R.
sure. I'll instead
Okay,
of
so,
slam dancing, it'll grapple him, I guess.
Yes. Okay, so make a grapple check.
Okay.
So just use your athletics use your never mind. It's probably much stronger than you are. So
Yeah.
D20 plus 6.
Okay. Okay, so that's a 22.
Okay, so you basically your golem gets it in a full Nelson in one pair of arms. The two other pair of arms are still flailing around, but at least you pull it a little away from Max so it can't get at it.
Okay, cool. And then
All right.
and then I'll give the final bardic inspiration to Mac. That's my last one.
Let's go! Thank
All
you.
right. It struggles mightily, but does not manage to break free of the. Manage to break free of the golem and Burnheart.
Well, fuck. This ain't gonna help. So I was planning on rushing into combat, but instead I'm going to bonus action move my healing spirit towards Lady Emma, so she'll get the 3d6 on her turn.
3d6. So
On her turn. She
we'll
doesn't
just
get
do
it
it.
yet.
We'll just do it now. So
Okay.
counting
I'm pretty sure
easier.
it says the healing spirit passes over targets, not on their turn.
It's like technically you can only get the value out of the spirit once per turn. So
Yeah.
so long
Okay,
as it
so-
happens like once during the turn somewhere, I don't really care which one
All
when
right.
it happens.
Lady Emma,
Okay.
you get 10 hit points.
Amazing.
then-
Thank you.
I'm going to burn my last third level spell slot and drop that healing spirit and pick up Call Lightning again and call lightning down on it.
Okay.
And pray that this does shit. 13 damage.
Right. The like two of the arms come off the monster but unfortunately they begin to like crawl like worms on their own essentially.
God damn it.
Ew.
Lightning isn't
Just a
the
flesh
answer either.
wound.
Krishana.
Who has poison? Krishana, do you have any poison?
Bless you.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
No.
I felt like we should have poison. Well, I'm gonna fix that after this.
I don't know. Krishana, do you have sleep?
I thought I traded that for Hex.
Okay, well, never mind. I was just checking. So
Bang.
Yeah, the only types of damage I can do is radiant and fire and lightning. And
To be fair, that
piercing.
covers most of your bases. I don't know
Piercing and
how to put
slashing.
this thing in the ground.
I'll
I think
put
it's
it.
you are right next to the river. You could just hurl it into the river and call it a day.
I could put
That
it
doesn't fix the problem, though.
That is true, but it's not your problem.
Another
I
action.
could put it to sleep and then we push it in the river.
We'd have to
We'll
hunt this thing down again.
Wait for Lady Emma to put
Wait,
it down.
Bernhardt, can you inscribe a thing on it like you did that other one?
I
Not
can
without
once
eating more insanity. It's
Okay,
like,
okay,
there's a
fair enough.
bad- Like
barely
Lady
has
Emma
any
has already
brain
explained, you
left.
need to sacrifice something in order to actually write the rune. Like you like sacrifice a goat or something, but it's like you don't got one handy at the moment.
Doggone it. Just when you needed a goat.
Well, maybe I could summon an animal and sacrifice it.
That's perfectly reasonable.
As long as it's not the cats. I will cry.
In the future, I will be able to do that, but I did not think of that ahead of time, so I don't have that spell prepared. Okay.
I got drugs, so I could try and drug this thing.
That's a possibility. You're the
Or
drug
what about your
specialist.
your tiara? Could you charm it?
With what eyes to see it?
I can take it out with another acid arrow.
Why are we arguing? We're waiting for Lady Emma.
Okay, Lady Emma rolls a hit at advantage. It is being like restrained at the moment.
At this point, Mack is helping to restrain it too.
I'll cast Whole Person on it.
Well, it's not
Oh,
a person, so definitely don't waste the spell on a person. Okay, roll to hit again. So,
I don't think this thing's going anywhere.
by the way, your
Like the-
bonus to hit should be +8, not +5.
oh my god, I keep missing. What the hell?
Okay, it's like, Lady Emma is like gets very excited. Yes, I got this. Shoots her acid arrow straight into the Thames.
You know what? She hit the heck out of that fireball and blew the whole thing up. So if she misses a few here, it's not a problem.
Exactly.
She's already MVP.
Exactly. She's still riding the high of that thing.
It's like,
It's getting bad though. Alright. One more.
Like the golem has the two arms behind it. I have one arm. My echo.
you have one arm and a leg. It's not moving anywhere. It's not.
The hound has one of the legs.
All right. Did you have an inspiration basically they could use or no?
Yes, I used my inspiration and I got a 23. Okay.
Okay.
It's the two halves basically like get split in the middle essentially by your acid arrow, and it begins to eat away from there, and it falls dead. Stone dead, stops moving.
Yay!
Oh my god, that was exhausting.
Okay. All right. You're standing in the remnants of this warehouse. you can hear the tweet, tweet, tweet in the distance of the bobbies coming to arrest whoever caused a giant explosion in the middle of the city.
Yeah, guys, let's get out of here.
We got caught.
We don't want to see the bobbies. We don't want to see Benedict.
Benedict.
Let's
Yes.
get the heck out of here.
All right, you retreat back at this point. Let's see here.
And Dirk's gonna cast Minor Illusion.
Before you leave, there are some scattered assault rifles that you can pick up. I think there's 3 of them that are probably still whole.
Yes.
You can grab Lady Emma could grab some more samples from the gugs. Let's see here. It's a good guess, essentially, that the charcoal guy was probably one of the Davenport's vampire servants. So you grab a bit of him, basically, and on the off chance you can cast some locator magic on him, and you vamoose out of it. Because everything else is charred ash, and there were rockets and shells in there, but they all went up when the building went up.
So
Dirk's gonna, as we leave, Dirk's gonna cast an illusion that looks like Neville, to see by the bobbies, and then he's gonna he's gonna make it look like Neville's jumping into the river.
So Henry Nesmith or Neville Nesmith?
Neville.
Okay. Well, you have paper photographs of him from the paper, but you obviously don't know his hair color and that sort of stuff because assuming it's blonde because its son's is blonde.
It's dark, and I wanted to do it so it wasn't too close up, but they should be able to kind of tell what it is. So.
Okay.
How much?
Roll me a performance check to make this pull this off.
Okay.
How much damage does this assault rifle do?
Assault rifle is an automatic weapon, so it's It's gonna do. I think we're gonna say it does D10, and then per 2, you top the 2 hit by, you hit with another bullet, up to 3 bullets.
Okay, that's a 23, and that's my last lucky.
Yep.
For the day.
2 hit by? I don't understand.
So
Like,
if the AC was 10 and you hit and you rolled to hit 14 and you rolled a 14, you would hit a total of 3 times.
Okay.
That's and then it also has full auto, which effectively acts like a relatively short range fireball, but uses all the rounds in the clip.
Okay.
It's effectively like a fireball one that requires money. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So selling these off, by the way, essentially can net a tidy profit. You have enough. You have what is it? You have 100 rounds of ammo, essentially in various clips that you were able to nab off of like corpses before you left. All right.
Okay, Dirk got a 23 on his performance to make it look like Neville was there.
Okay.
Nice.
On in like spray paint on the side of the what remains of the building, Neville was here.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh
Easy.
Okay.
a little bit obvious. A little Murder on the Orient Express on the nose, you know?
Perfect. What we need.
Also known as like, well, they do not have the famous detective Hercule Poirot, basically, to discover the subterfuge. So okay, you retreat back into the darkness of the South Wark. The take side alleys and all the way back to your safe house. Everybody, let's see here. Okay, so everybody give me a thing. I guess I'd like a survival check, essentially, from everybody.
I can do that.
Oh no.
Oh, it was hovering on that 11. I need a bigger screen.
Yeah. Dirk got a 5.
Okay, so on average, essentially, your group failed. So you.
I know it's not enough. I know it's not enough to save it, but let it be known.
Dirk gets there the fastest of all of you, and notices like 3 lamplighters throwing Molotov cocktails into your safe house.
Aww.
And
This
that's where
is
we're going
why-
to end it this evening.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yep. It was
You
that
called
Zeke
it.
guy.
We told you not to get attached to the safe house, you guys.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking the cats made it out.
They
Well, let's put
better.
it this
have.
way: it is not destroyed yet. Let's you can still try to salvage it before it goes up in flames. But
We need to save
all right,
the
you
cats.
We have
got
fire
specialists to
wizards.
deal with that sort of stuff, so it's highly possible that you can save your safe house. So
Lady
Well-
Emma, please do not miss next week. I feel like we're going to need you.
Oh my God, that's so
Okay.
much
You're
further.
not
Yeah.
that's where we're gonna leave it for this evening, and then we'll pick it up next week.
We need all of
you.
you. Thanks, everybody. Well done. That was amazing. Thank you, Lawrence.
My
Thanks, all.
birthday's tomorrow. I turn 34.
Yay!
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay! Alright, cool. See you guys next week.
See you next
Y'all
week.
have a
Thank you,
good night.
Lawrence. This was fun.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.